for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building, and we back. New Media Today USA Boxing. Yes, sir. We are live once again out of Miami, Florida. We're doing our thing today, guys. Man, I'm glad everybody showed up today. If you woke up today, remember, today is a good day. There are a lot of people who wish they were in your shoes. I have I go around, throughout the city, right? And talk to several different kids in elementary schools, kids at risk, youth and stuff like that. And I always tell people, you know what I mean? Like, I never thought that I'd live to be 47 years old, but I'm here, happy as hell, you know what I mean? Because there is always the alternative. There's always the alternative, guys, you know what I mean? So remember that. So now, we're gonna have a really good show today. We're gonna cook, we're gonna get started, we're gonna talk about Jermell Charlo. But before we talk about Jermell Charlo, I told you guys yesterday that I had my brother Fred Barbershop Conversations coming on today. And we're going to talk about his new movie. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. Let me make sure I got everything straight. Bear with me for a moment. Okay. We're going to talk about his new movie, 9 Wives. Right? This is a good, I'm anxious to see it. I'm going to buy it. That's my wallet. I'm going to buy it on air if it's available. I will buy it on air because I told him Fred when he invited me to his show, when he was telling me about it, that I was going to be one of the first people to buy it. You see what I'm saying? I told him that. You see what I'm saying? So, really happy about that. The man made a movie. You see what I'm saying? So, irregardless of what, he produced a damn movie. He wrote it and directed it himself. So, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and, there go Fred right there. Let me bring Fred on, man. So, without further ado, let's introduce our brother, Fred Barbershop Conversations. Put your biases aside. Everybody put their biases aside. We're talking about Fred's movie. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about Fred's movie. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, round of applause for Fred from my brother Fred from Barbershop Conversations, here to talk about the movie 9 Wives. I'm anxious as hell to see this movie. As you guys know, I've been in the Nation of Islam for 24 and a half years. I came out of mosque number 47. I told you guys that. I told you who my minister was. I told you I was a lieutenant. A lot of things I know, you know what I mean? Some good things. There's a lot of good things in the NOI, but then some other stuff as well. But irregardless of what, without further ado, a round of applause for Fred.
A round of applause.
Yeah, hey, I got that. I got that roadcaster over here.
You good now? You good? Yeah, that's what I use as well, man. Bring the bias, man. Bring your personalities, man. Come on, man. I don't duck no smoke, man. I actually love people who disagree, but thank you, Coach Williams, for having me on your platform, man.
Wait a minute. Let me put the flyer up.
Oh, for sure.
Let me do that. Damn, I need to figure out how to do it the other way.
Huh.
I got to figure out how to do it the other way. 9 Wives. I'm using StreamYard. It has to be. It's a different setup. You can have it. Well, you know what?
Share it from your computer.
Okay, share it.
Share the file from your laptop.
Tell me share the screen because I have it. I have it on the.
Yeah, share the screen and it's gonna say files.
Okay, share the screen. Video files.
No,
it's just says just share screen. Okay. Share screen and let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this. Because I have it right here.
They can just go to my my IG. My IG is right there, Silent Heroes, guys. So feel free.
Can you hear it? Can you see this?
I can't see it. No, because it's behind it.
Oh, okay.
You made it the banner, right? You made it the banner, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. So just go to my IG and click the link in the bio and purchase the film, man. $5.19. Malcolm X's birthday, May 19th. So
May 19th.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead.
And that's how much it costs. $5.19, man. I'm not getting over on nobody. 13 to 15-minute film. You've never seen this on camera before. It's a conversation between Elijah Muhammad and one of his 9 wives, and it's going to be intense. It's in your face. I don't have no room to no transition stuff like they do in and long features. It's just literally going to be in your face. It's an honest portrayal. I've traveled thousands of miles, did hundreds of interviews, conversations, and actually Coach Williams was actually one of the conversations and or interviews that I did. And I think it's just important that we share the 360 truth as opposed to the 180 perspective as it pertains to the message that the Nation of Islam spews to the people, man. And I'm just excited that I have the space in my life to create this, you know. So can't wait. Click the link in my Instagram, and I'm excited to have this conversation with you. And
we're gonna put it on right here. I'm doing it right now. I had to put it up on the flyer. Let me have it shown at the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
And
and don't be shy. You know what I mean? Don't be shy. You know, the only money that touched this project was mine. And I know many of y'all are not a fans of my work, and that's okay. So be as honest as you can in the chat. I can see the chat, and let's have fun for as long as we're here, you know.
9 Wives. Okay, hold on, Fred. So I have the website here right now. What else you want me to show? The IG?
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Not my IG. You could just show the poster. That's fine.
Okay, I need to know how to show the damn poster, man. That's the
website. That's the website.
So that's where they can buy that, right?
Yeah, that's where they can buy. Yeah, that's fine. Just leave that there. That's fine. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but damn, it got to be a way I can show this poster as well. Guys, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the lack of professionalism. I should have had this up. I just literally just got back in the house. I have it showing in the background. Anyways, I tell you what. Hold on, Fred. Wait, there got to be a way that you use StreamYard, right?
Yeah. Let's see if I can do
it. Yeah, see if you can do it. Yeah, but anyway, this is a great film. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm buying the movie. I'm gonna buy it right now. As a matter of fact, Fred, hold on for 1 minute.
So yeah, man. So make sure you guys go to my Instagram, Silent Heroes, or click the link that's going to be in the description box below. Copy and paste the link on the screen. 9 Wives. Oh man, I can't wait for the world to see this film, man.
All right, I'm gonna buy it right now. So because I told you, I say, look, as soon as it come out, I'm gonna buy it. I told you that.
Thank you. August 5th, it drops. August 5th, and yeah, man. So
I'm gonna buy it right now. Send you a screenshot of it.
Thank you.
Of the purchase.
Thank you.
But yeah, Fred, tell me this. You're like, I'm gonna tell you what I was very impressed with.
Yes.
The fact that I met you, right? And you made this movie. Now, the reason why I'm very interested in it, because as you know, in the Nation of Islam, they, people like, the Wesley Muhammad's and the Brother Nouri's and stuff like that. The teaching, the job of members of the Nation of Islam is to defend the teachings.
Yes.
This is what they say. You know what I mean? I'm telling you got to defend the teachings. So defend the teachings basically means that if I find any inconsistencies or whatever the case may be, it's, your job is to defend it, whatever, you know what I mean? Whether it's right or wrong.
Yes.
This is how I was trained, whether it's right or wrong. And 9 times out of 10, it's never wrong. It's always right. If it's something that you don't know or understand, it's based upon your misunderstanding. You don't have the knowledge and wisdom to grasp it yet, but that's pretty much what it is. So let everybody know why was it so important for you to make this movie?
For the very reasons that you just mentioned. You mentioned Nuri Muhammad, Wesley Muhammad. They spew lies, man, and they tell half truths. And leaders Elijah Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan can do no wrong, and they act like that they're like this deity, like they're just a god. And I want people to know that they're human, just like you, Coach Williams, just like me. And in addition to them portraying them as gods, they've told a lot of lies about Elijah Muhammad and the relationship he had with Malcolm X. And as I've gotten older and in my studies, I've realized, like, hold up. Malcolm X didn't turn his back on Elijah Muhammad. The Nation of Islam turned their back on the truth. Louis Farrakhan, when he left his house and when he left Malcolm X's house in Queens, and he said, and he drove him to the airport, Louis Farrakhan turned his back on the truth. because now in 2021, guess what we know?
What's that?
Elijah Muhammad has well over 20 kids. You know what I mean? By multiple women. So now when we look back at history, Malcolm X is neither did he betray his teacher, and neither was he a hypocrite. So that's what Nine Wives is about. Is telling the other 180 side of that story, and I genuinely believe that it's important, and history should record it, and it's important that we tell our own history, and that's why it was important that no other monies touched this project was mine. I wasn't influenced by anyone or anything. They're gonna call me an agent. They're gonna call me a hypocrite. They're gonna call me a sellout. But at the end of the day, guess what? Elijah Muhammad was simply a man. Claire Muhammad didn't even see him as the last messenger of God, as you're going to find out in this film.
No, that's true. Yeah, I know that for a fact. There's a conversation that Wallace Worthy Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad's son, had with his mother when they put him out the house.
Yeah, I remember that.
They put him out, and he said, "Well, Mom, did you know? Tell me about Farad Muhammad or whatever, you know." And she said, "Did he ever say he was a god?" Mm-hmm. She was like, "No, he never say that." As a matter of fact, from what I've learned over the years, you know, he used to tell Elijah Muhammad, "Stop calling me that." You know, I'm not that. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, once he quote unquote departed, you know, because they say departed, they never say he died or whatever. They just say he departed, meaning he's on a spaceship, some goddamn the mothership controlling the universe. You know, when he departed, that's when Elijah Muhammad, you know, went on and started his, you know, I guess, you know, starting the nation, and then he changed it a lot. He changed it from the teachings of what Elijah Muhammad, what Farad Muhammad had, and then it became more of you know, like I guess more like a cult-like following. You know, black nationalistic group. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, that's what it is. You know.
Well, it was that. Now it's funded by the government now. So it's neither black nationalists, and it's neither, in my humble opinion, a religious organization. Do they do some things right? Like every other group? Yes, they do some things right. Do they galvanize the spirit? Yes, but at the end of the day, if you would rather another man live in a mansion than you and your kids, you have a problem. You know,
you have a problem.
You want You want a greater success for a man that lives in a mansion in Chicago, and you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. So
I'm Fred. I gotta be honest with you now. There's some. Hold on, let me get the super chat out the way. Yeah. Shout out to my brother exclusive for the $5.99 super chat. Hey, $4.99 super chat received. Playtime's over, boy. Man, shout out to exclusive. We will get the boxing, guys. Bear with me one moment. We are gonna get the boxing, but I promised Fred that we would definitely plug his movie. I'm buying it right now. That's why you guys see me looking over here. I'm actually buying it, typing my name in right now because I told him I was going to be one of the first ones to buy it. He says a draw is a right call, but undisputed contest is absolutely unacceptable. You know, a winner must be crowned, and it could have went either way, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. That fight could have went either way. We're going to talk about that. But Fred, let me ask you now. I got to say this because they you know, the criticism is going to be, you know, like you said, he's an agent. He don't know nothing about the Nation of Islam. He's not qualified. I can hear it right now. You know, I already know. I can hear. I never met Wesley. Don't know the brother, but I can hear him right now. You're not qualified. Mm-hmm. You know how he put his hand on his mouth like this? You're not qualified to speak on the nation. You have to get permission from us. I'm like, nigga, please sit your ass down somewhere. Anyways, I've never heard anyone defend Malcolm, like make a movie about defending Malcolm. Mm-hmm. It's always he was a hypocrite, he was a liar, he deserved to get killed. The man got killed in front of his wife and kids. The man got killed in front of his wife and kids. And even the guy, I was looking at a video of the guy one of the killers who shot him. He said that I think that was it. I saw that on your IG, but I saw it years ago. He regretted doing it. Mm-hmm. One of the guys, you know what I mean? He regretted doing it. I also learned that one of the brothers out of Newark, New Jersey, he was still alive. You know, he the one that, you know, he never got arrested or anything. So without telling the movie, you know, I don't know what else can you tell us about it? Like, can you talk about how much time it took you to make it? I know you interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah, interviewed a lot of people. It took about 6 months. It took about 6 months to do, and I only interviewed people who are the primary resources and or connected to the primary resources, you know. as it pertains to writing in this film. I got the feel for it by speaking to men like you and other people who joined the nation. But I mean, my information can't be refuted. And when you watch the film, you're going to realize that I have primary evidence. I interviewed 2 people who was actually in the house when Malcolm X went to visit Elijah Muhammad in 1963.
Okay.
As it pertains to discussing those 9 wives. So, and they were there. And as Khalil Ali said, Muhammad Ali's wife said, Malcolm was hurt. He couldn't believe that Elijah Muhammad was immoral. I mean, he believed that everything that he said was divine, and it came from God, and he was the last messenger of God, which in reality he wasn't. And that's the problem that we have. Like, we live in a society where people need to be led, just like you, and get up and work for themselves or work for someone else as well, you know. And there's a lot of contradictions in there too, man, as it pertains to Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. If Elijah Muhammad is the last messenger of God, he's the last messenger of masculinity. He's the last messenger of manhood. He's the last messenger of fatherhood, and he was not outside of that. So I said all that to say, Malcolm X, I believe his moral compass exceeded the moral compass of Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, I just I don't know if you can see it. But
Yeah, I said, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I just purchased it. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach Bill. Thank you.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Thank you. No, that's love. No, that's mad love. And it's not. And Elijah Muhammad couldn't handle Malcolm X morally outgrowing him, because he had built this infrastructure that basically allowed him to live a great life, and he did not want to infringe upon that.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I really again, I'm looking forward. How long is the movie?
About 13 to 15 minutes.
Oh, 13 to 15 minutes. Why you didn't make it longer?
Because I'm gonna do a part 2. I'm gonna do a part 2, maybe a part 3, maybe a part 4. And I think the information needs to be in your face. I needs to be real direct in your face. It could have been longer, yes, but when you watch the film, it's definitely going to be enough. It's a lot of new information. It's very concentrated. No, I mean, not one syllable was wasted in this film. I didn't have room. And I would suggest, when you guys buy the film and watch the film, watch it once with the volume and watch it once without the volume. And you'll realize that the scene tells the story as well. You understand what I'm saying? The scene tells the story for well. And just to give a quick background, I'm Emmy nominated. I won the largest Black film festival in America, the Pan African Film Festival. I've won too many film festivals to count as a director and a producer. I just took a 4-year hiatus to really, really lay the foundation into my daughter, you know, and because this takes me out of the house mentally and physically as it pertains to creating film. So my daughter goes to school in September, and now I felt I had the room to actually do this. And you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be happy, but you will have a strong emotional reaction to this film. It's well done. 2-camera shoot. I had craft services. I didn't. Everyone was well paid for this film. Had a behind the scenes still camera, makeup artist, acting coach on set. So everything is done like Hollywood, like y'all love Hollywood. Everything is done. I rented out a studio. Everything was done here as it pertains to film in Hollywood, you know. So it's I can't wait for the world to see this film. I think it's important. It's going to be one of the more important parts of history as it pertains to this subject matter. You understand? So
okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay, so I just bought it. So let me ask you a question. After I buy it, then now what? How do I watch it? August
5th. It drops. It'll go to that website August 5th, and you'll be able to watch it.
Okay, cool. All right. So is there anything else that you pretty much, because I don't want to give away everything.
No, I'm not gonna give away everything. Yeah. I just think it's important that we realize that Elijah Muhammad was a mortal man.
You can purchase the film right here on the link right here, guys. The barbershopconversations.com /9wives.
Yeah.
You know, again, now, you know, it's not boxing. But it's talking about the history of the Nation of Islam. Basically talking about Malcolm X.
Yeah.
There's never been a story told in defense of Malcolm like this. You know what I mean?
Well, it's going to be in defense, not even just Malcolm, just the totality of the lies.
Right.
And you got to take into account like how those lies literally impacted people's lives. You understand? Like you said, he was murdered in front of 4 of his daughters, 2 in the belly, and his wife. You know, so and how about you talk about black nationalism? How about how we would just cut off at the waist? You know, I think if Malcolm connects to Fred Hampton, who knows? If 1965 connected to 1969, there would not be a Louis Farrakhan in conjunction with the U.S. government. It would be a sense of morale and high and high moral grade, in my humble opinion. And I think Fred Hampton and Malcolm X would have done an extraordinary job together. And as you saw in the Black Messiah, that they absolutely adored Malcolm X and Betty Shabazz. And if you do your readings, you'll realize that they absolutely did as well. So I can't wait for y'all to watch this film, man. Go to the website. It's incredibly important. And I just want to say thank you for having me on your platform. And I literally can't wait to August 5th. We have a private screening August 1st and August 5th. So we're about 17 days away from it coming out. We're in the final stages of the editing process. And just think the intro. I'm just going to tell you guys this. The intro cost me thousands of dollars. When you watch the intro to this film, the opening credits, you're going to say, damn, how much did Fred spend on the opening credits? I'm just being candidly honest with you. Like, I mean, that first 2 minutes of the film, minute and a half, that cost thousands of dollars. The man hours to cut those clips out. And when you guys see it, you're going to be hopefully be rather impressed. But when you see that, you understand like how to make a film. It take man hours. You got to pay experts to do stuff like this. So I've spent well into the thousands of dollars, you know, close to a teacher's salary to make this film, and my own money. Simply put, my own money. You understand? So so that's where I'm at with it. Thank you, Coach, for having me. Go to thebarbershopconversations.com/9wise or go to my Instagram. It's in my bio. Click the link in my bio. My Instagram is Silent Heroes, SILENTHEROS. And thank you. And I just want to say thank you, man. And it's not a $10 film. I believe I could have charged $10 for the film, but I want to stay alkaline. I want to take my spirit. I'm going to New York. I'm literally getting on a plane next week just to show the film to Malcolm. So I'm going to his gravesite just to go and have that piece. So this is an incredible, important piece of work for me. It's like a life's work for me. You understand? And so I'm flying to New York just to show Malcolm this piece, and then I'm coming back for the private screening, you know, and it's that important to me. So I understand it may or may not be as important to other people in there, but when people do their life's work, I think there's a level of humanity that you should give the project, and especially for artists, you understand what I'm saying. So I can't wait. August 5th, man. August 5th. 9 wives. 9 wives.
All right, absolutely. I'm gonna give you a call. I'll probably hit you up later, because I got something I'm trying to work on as it relates to a film as well.
Yeah.
And sure. Because you've done it, and you're doing it.
I'm Emmy nominated, so
right.
I got credits.
Right, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna definitely hit you up about that, man, because I got something I'm working on as well, and with a budget and everything. So
appreciate you. Oh, appreciate you. Yeah, for sure, no problem.
Absolutely, man. So Fred, so once again, guys, if you're interested in buying the film, if you're interested in anything, you know, as it relates to this film, 9 Wives, just the title alone makes me want to buy it, 9 Wives, because I understand the significance of that, because I was in the Nation of Islam.
Right.
I was in the nation.
Right.
You know, so I understand the significance of that. And it's the barbershopconversations.com/9 wives. It is on the screen right now. So if you guys want to check it out, check it out. I'm gonna do a screenshot of this right now, and then we'll be able to see it. You know, if you want to check it out, please check it out and support it. If it's something that you're interested in, if not, so be it. But if it's something that you're interested in, please check it out.
I'm just getting the word out, and thank you for having me. And I look forward. I really look forward to your response August 6th. I really look forward to your response August 6th. And if you want to come on, come on my platform, we can discuss. I'm probably gonna be live all day that day, just feeding the response and getting the feedback from the people, because we're close to 1,000. What number were you on the pre-sale? What number were you?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
950, 948, 949. So we're close to 1,000 pre-sale. So yeah. So I think it's incredibly. So I'm just elated that people are supporting me. And if you've known me for any level of time, my admiration for Malcolm X, and that's it. So thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm happy. I'm just happy that you made it. I'm happy that you made it, man, because I'm tired of hearing the same damn narrative. So listen, guys. Man. Listen, Fred took 30 minutes out of his time, almost 30 minutes, in order to come on the show. Absolutely, man. So Fred, thank you so much for coming on the show, promoting the movie. I will be plugging it as well. I have seen that you I think you reached out to other you probably need to get in contact with Ness, see what he says too.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Ness will have me on this platform as well, for sure. Yeah.
All right, man. So once again, man, we want to salute our brother Fred, man, from Barbershop Conversations. I know you guys want me to ask him a lot of questions. You know what I mean?
They can ask me. I don't care.
No, but we gonna get the boxing.
Okay. Well, if you want if you want me to stay on, it doesn't matter. But I'm going. But I know it's your platform, so go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So, absolutely. So, what we're gonna do? We'll have you back on here.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have you back on here for sure.
Appreciate it.
Man, salute to our brother Fred, man. Salute to Fred, man. I just bought the movie 9 Wives. Go to Barbershop Conversations. 9 Wives. Go to barbershopconversations.com, and you can follow him on Instagram at Silent Heroes on Instagram as well. Silent Heroes, look them up on IG.
Appreciate you.
All right, Fred, take it easy, brother.
Thanks, King. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir. Guys, this is very important to me, this particular movie, because I was in the Nation of Islam. So and then when Fred invited me to his platform, and when he told me about the movie, I was like, yeah, man, I definitely want to I'm gonna be one of the first guys to buy it. And if I say I'm gonna do something, I'll do it. That's how I am. So I kept my word. I bought it. I'm very anxious to look at this. Very anxious. It means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Just to hear someone, because Malcolm X is one of my heroes. So it is what it is. Devil Lady Sagittarius, what you say? Fred is public and the number one, buys a side coach is showing class. Again, guys, this is about the movie 9 Wives. Has nothing to do with boxing. This is about the movie 9 Wives. I'm interested in this particular project. And I just bought it. Again, I was in the Nation of Islam for 24 and a half years. So it is what it is. All the other stuff, we can get into that some other time. But as it relates to this particular film, I'm very interested in it. The man did a damn movie. And if you know anything about a movie, man, it's really, really hard to produce a movie. I'm looking to do something myself, a movie myself. But anyways, we 30 minutes in. Let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out. Then we're going to talk about boxing. Oh, and I missed this super chat right here. Shout out to Exclusive. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Shout out to Exclusive. Shout out to my brother Exclusive for the super chat. He says, dope, I tune in. I have one of the most famous quotes tatted. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Drop that quarter. Oh, yeah. Drop that quarter of a dub on your boy. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. But I'm real interested in this movie. I mean that. I'm very, very interested in this movie. And, Malcolm X is one of my heroes growing up. As you guys know, I was very militant growing up. I also used to be racist. As you guys know this, and I was taught racism from my mother. My mother was a Black Panther. My grandfather, Minister Abdul Kareem Muhammad, came out of the Nation of Islam. My Muslim 7 in Harlem, New York. So it's a whole lot of that backstory going on. This is why I had him on the show. The brother reached out to me, and I kept my word as a man. I'm gonna keep my word, and I appreciate it. He invited me to his platform, and that's it. So I went and bought it, and that's all it is. So now let's get into the actual fight. Let me give everybody a shout out. Shout out to my brother Boxing Documentaries, my brother Blood Boxing. Shout out to Devil Lady Sagittarius. Shout out to Hooligan Music. Shout out to Otar. Shout out to Demitar. Shout out to Lady Shan. Please subscribe to Lady Shan YouTube channel. Shout out to Mad Chad Boxing. Shout out to Mad Chad. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Fat Apples. Shout out to Peter Barn Arts. Shout out to Topentine. Shout out to Bruce Goals. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Topentine. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Shout out to Peter Barn Arts. Shout out to Kansas City Mac. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Shout out to who else we have? Topentine say, I'm out, bro. I'll be back soon. Okay, fam, I understand. Trust me, I understand. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Shout out to Carlos Mendoza. Shout out to Dr. Hook. Shout out to Dimitar. Shout out to my brother Exclusive. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Jag. Shout out to Hooligan Music. Shout out to Lee Adam. Shout out to, let's see. Let's go. What's going on? Shout out to Otar Carmen. Shout out to Fat Apples. Shout out to Mark Ambrose. Shout out to Halim. And shout out to Coach Asky as well. Shout out to Coach Asky. Where OG Double OG at? Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy. You know what? I meant to ask him. Diallo Huggy, I just saw your message. I forgot all about that. I meant to ask him that. Shout out to Mark Ambrose. Shout out to Dragon Leg. What the? Shout out to Dragon Leg. Shout out to See No Evil. What's going on? Shout out to, I think that's it. Shout out to Mercy Grace. Shout out to Bolt Hype. Shout out to Frankly. Shout out to Frankly Sherry. Shout out to W. Riles. Shout out to Bomb Squad people. He said LDBC in the building. Shout out to Toby Barlett. Shout out to, I think that's it. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to Double A Sagittarius. And that's it. Shout out to Bruce Gold. Shout out to Jess. And shout out to Jaden One. And other than that, let's get into this. Now, I sat back and I watched this fight again, as I said. Lady Shan said she was going to watch the fight again. I haven't talked to Blood Boxing about the fight. Lady Shan, I don't know if you watched this fight again. I watched it again, and it was a damn good fight. I can see the draw. There's a lot of different things. Hold on, guys. There's something that I had up I want to bring up. Because I want to read something that Jermell Charlo said. Was it Box Rec? Here we go. I want to read something that Jermell Charlo said. As you guys know, I'm pro Jermell Charlo. I never heard of Brian Castano. Didn't know who he was, to be honest with you. I watched a couple of his fights to try to get a grasp of what we was going to expect prior to the fight, and I still picked Jermell Charlo to knock this dude out. As we know, he didn't knock him out. He hurt him a couple of times. But he got hurt a couple of times as well. The only difference is Jermell Charlo took the shots better when he got hurt versus when Castano got hurt. That's the only difference. He took the shots better when he got hurt. Castano got hurt twice. So, but why are we going at with this? So at the post-fight press conference, Jermell Charlo was non-committal. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too pleased with it, but I'm going to tell you why. At the post-fight press conference, Jermell Charlo was non-committal when he was asked about having a rematch with Brian Castano. He was kind of non-committal. So, you know what I mean? I don't want, maybe non-committal is not a good word to use, but he was kind of non-committal. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Because he said two different things. When asked if he's going to make another attempt to become undisputed at 154 pounds, Jermell Charlo was quoted as saying, I want to, he said, I want that. He said, I want that. What else did he say? He said that that's my destiny. He also said that I don't know. We have to see what Al Haymon says. Now, you guys know how I feel about the call Al. Now, he didn't say call Al, but he said, I don't know. We're going to have to see what Al Haymon says. It's the same goddamn shit because he got to get permission from Al Haymon, basically what he's saying. But, Jermell Charlo, you're your own boss. You have your own promotional company. Al Haymon works for you, allegedly. You should not have to, you know, I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you where I'm going at with this, guys. Hold on, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. So when asked if he's going to make another attempt to become undisputed at 154 pounds, he said that's what he wanted. That's his destiny. We shall see. Then he said also, he don't know. We have to see what Al Haymon says. AKA call Al. AKA call Al. Right? Now, when Brian Castano was asked that same question, what message would he like to send Jermell Charlo? Brian Castano said that he would like to have an immediate rematch. Not immediate, but he said he would like to have a rematch. Jermell still has 3 belts and he has 1. This is what Brian Castano said. Castano also said that he is used to always being the underdog in fights, and he's always used to being the one that has to visit, being the traveler in fights. He said even though he's a champion, right? But Castano said this. He said that he will go anywhere and fight anyone in any given time. Even though Castano is a PBC fighter, he still has to be the one to travel, and even though he's a champion. So Brian Castano is a PBC fighter. Jermell Charlo is a PBC fighter. They are both on the same side of the street. Castano didn't say, man, we'll see. We got to see what Al Haymon say. We got to call Al. He didn't say that. Jermell Charlo said, we'll see. You know, it depends on what Al Haymon says. What I wanted to hear immediately, guys, was, hell yeah, I want to run it back. I want to run it back, because whoever has any doubts in their mind that I didn't win this fight, or some people felt like Jermell Charlo got robbed. That, yeah, Jermell Charlo, he done so much in the fight that he got robbed in his own hometown. Some people may say that. But when they did a poll, Showtime poll on Twitter and everywhere else, most people are saying the same thing. They're saying that Jermell Charlo lost his fight. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, these are people who just hate Jermell Charlo. I don't hate Jermell Charlo. He's one of my favorite fighters behind Terrence Crawford. I love Jermell Charlo. And I felt like he lost the fight 7-5. So I watched it again. And I can see the 117, 111, even Jermell Charlo said that was some bullshit. That was a bullshit score. Jermell Charlo did not even agree with the 117, 111 score. But besides the 117, 111 score, if that judge would have scored it 114, 113, or 115, 113, Jermell Charlo's favor, it still would have been a draw. It doesn't change the fact that the fight was a draw. It was literally that close. And when I went back and watched the fight again, I don't know if anyone else did it yet. What I noticed was when Castano got hurt in the fight, when he got hurt in the fight, there was a lot of punches that Jermell Charlo was throwing to try to get him out of there. And I was like, damn, why he can't get this dude out of there? When I went back and watched the rematch when I watched the fight again, I realized that Jermell Charlo missed a whole lot of shots. Brian Castano was catching those shots. It was not like when he got hurt, he was getting hit with 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 clean shots. He wasn't getting hit with clean shots. He got hit with 1 clean shot, got hurt, might have got hit with another one. When he went back to the ropes, everything else he was catching. Even though he was severely hurt in that 10th round, he was catching a lot of those shots. That's why he never went down. But when you're watching it in real time, it looks like he's getting hit a lot, but he wasn't. Again, just because you hurt somebody in the fight doesn't necessarily mean, oh man, he did the most damage. He clearly should have won. If that's the case, shit, then Tony Harris shouldn't have won the first fight against Jermell Charlo, because Tony Harris got hurt a couple of times in that first fight against Jermell Charlo, and all 3 judges ruled in a unanimous decision for Tony Harris. And he was fighting backwards in that fight. So I looked at that Tony Harris fight again as well, but that's neither here nor there. So Castano, one fighter, Jermell Charlo say it depends. We got to call Al to see what Al Haymon says. He said, but Jermell Charlo, in defense of him, he did say, I do want that rematch. He said that is his destiny, and we'll see. But then earlier he said, I don't know. We have to wait and see what Al Haymon says. Castano is a PBC fighter. He didn't say we have to wait to see what Al Haymon says. This is what I didn't like about it. I'm just being honest with you. Got to poke holes at it. I'm just being honest with you. And what I want you guys to realize is this. Do you notice that Castano didn't say call Al? Did you notice that Castano didn't say, or will I have to ask Al Haymon? He didn't say that. 2 PBC fighters, 2 different answers. So hopefully we get an opportunity to see this fight again. And the question I want to ask you guys is this. I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that Al Haymon, do you think Al Haymon would just say, yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and run it back. I'm gonna give you permission to run it back? Because Al Haymon is clearly the boss of PBC. And he clearly tells the fighters what to do. The fighters cannot do what they want to do. They have to ask Al, even though quote unquote they're their own bosses. You guys know I don't agree with that shit. Anytime you gotta ask somebody, get permission from somebody else to do some shit, guess what? The person who you have to get permission from is the boss. Do you think that Al Haymon would give Jermell Charlo permission to fight Brian Castano again in a rematch? Or do you think that, no, he's not going to take that chance? Valid questions. Valid questions. Very valid. So let me go ahead and do this, guys. Let me go ahead and do this. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So let me go ahead and do this, guys. I want to know what you think. Do you think I'm tripping? Do you think that, hey, man, based on what Brian Castano said, Diallo Huggy, what you say? Call Al equals duck. Call Al equals duck. You know what, Diallo Huggy? Man, I'm kind of, bro. I'm kind of teed off about that, because I believe what you're saying is right. Check this out, guys. Let me share this with you guys. Let me share this with you guys. I gotta share this with you guys. Johnny Blaze said that Punch Drunk went to on the post-fight conference and told Jermell that he had to win him by a wide margin. Dude is a fan. That's the way he said he's seen it. I totally disagree. That's the way that Punch Drunk said he's seen it. I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. Charlo has a quick sweeping left hook. That's his killer shot. Absolutely. That left hook was a mother. That left hook was a mother. Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel, Punch Drunk Boxing. Please subscribe to Punch Drunk's YouTube channel. Absolutely. Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. Anyways, that's the way he scored it. Hey, man, that's his opinion. That's his opinion. I totally disagree with that myself. Carlos Mendoza said, Coach, everyone's saying that the score, saying about the scorecard and robbery, blah, blah, blah. No one mentioning that. We just watched a great fight, a classic. Yeah, that was a great fight. And it wasn't a robbery. I've seen robberies. I've seen Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. If you want to see a robbery, watch that fight. If you want to see a robbery. Now, I didn't see that same vigor from Jermell Charlo. Again, I'm a diehard. I ain't gonna say diehard, but Jermell Charlo is the Charlo that I like. You guys know that. You know, I'm not too crazy about Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo fought for undisputed. Jermell Charlo fought for undisputed. Let's not forget that. Jermell Charlo fought for undisputed. Jermell Charlo did that. Jermell Charlo, the boy looked kind of delicate over there. Jermell Charlo looked kind of delicate. Jermell Charlo, to me, is the lion of the two brothers. He want the smoke. Brian Castano, I did not know who you was, sir. Guess what? You just gained a huge fan. I am a fan of Brian Castano today. Do you want to know why? Because one, I did not know who he was. Two, he went into the lion's den and he took the fight to the lion. He was the shorter man. He had the shorter arm reach and he showed up that night. Jermell Charlo should have knocked this dude out and put him to sleep, in my opinion. You guys know I picked Jermell Charlo to do that and I was wrong. Tony Boswell, shout out to Tony Boswell for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Tony Boswell said, much respect, New Media Today, USA Boxing. And the chat, I'm okay with the decision as long as Jermell run it back with Castano. I don't know, man. Otto, what you say, brother? You say boxer versus puncher. Boxer won 7-5 or 8-4. Me personally, I saw it again. I saw the fight again. Otter. I saw the fight again. And to be honest with you, I saw some things that I didn't really see the first fight. The first fight, I thought Jermell was catching him clean on a lot of those shots when he initially hurt Castano. He wasn't catching him clean. He wasn't catching him clean. You see what I'm saying? What upsets everyone is that there's a chance that the fighter was cheated out of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at Undisputed. Great fight. On paper, Charlo should have stopped him, in my opinion. Exactly. So that means that, maybe I overrated Jermell Charlo. Richard Slusky, what you say, fam? 50% of Charlo's punches hit Castano's gloves. And Castano landed more punches than Jermell Charlo. He landed more punches. So, again, it was a draw. It was a draw, guys. You know what I mean? So, Punt says, I have one view where I'm seated. I don't have the pleasure to have had a monitor, a TV monitor, just like a judge. That's what people fail. I guess we say that's what people fail to realize on my initial scorecard. I saw it last night, 114-114. Dragon Leg, what you say? Castano last fight was on the zone in the bubble. Castano is a traveling man. He goes all over the world to fight people. I respect that dude. He get it the hard way. Arsenal Manic says that PBC really lacks top fighters. Maybe Javante and Spence are top tier, but apart from that, who they have that could trouble the top boys from the zone to top rank? Well, I mean, PBC has some. To be honest, to be fair, my brother, we have good fighters on PBC. You have good fighters on Top Rank. You have good fighters on the zone with Eddie Hearn and stuff like that. You have good fighters. The problem is, you have kind of like a Cold War, so to speak, where certain fighters, these promotional companies are not working with each other against certain fighters to make certain fights. Like you will see Top Rank and PBC. They'll do a cross promotion all the time with certain fighters. But when it comes to a Terrence Crawford, for some reason, Al Haymon don't want to do business with Bob Arum and vice versa. So we end up taking it out on the fighter, saying this fighter ducking this fighter, that fighter ducking that fighter. And I've been guilty of that myself. Guys. Exclusive. What you say, fam? I missed 2 of your super chats. Sorry about that, fam. I tell you what, Exclusive, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, brother. You know, I never intentionally do that. Shout out to my brother Exclusive for dropping those super chats on your boy. I don't remember which one they was.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I wonder, did you have the super chats up when I was probably when I was looking at something. Exclusive, I'm sorry for missing the super chats, brother. I really do apologize. I really do apologize for that. What do you say? Missed a few super chats from Exclusive, Insider Coach. Yeah, sorry about that, Exclusive. I can't even, the crazy part about it, I can't even pull everything up. With StreamYard, you can't see. It's like so many will go by, and that's it. If you don't catch it right then, so I do it. I am sorry about that. Sorry about that, fam. Tony Boswell said, hold on, you say you sent one too. I think I covered it, Tony. I think I covered this one. I said what's up with this one. Much respect, New Media Today USA in the chat. I know what you're saying. You probably saying I missed another one. Sorry about that. Let me just pay attention to the chat then. I just pay attention to the chat. Sometimes you be talking and then just trying to catch. I can't catch everything. But let me go ahead and just pay attention to the chat then. So, what I want to know, guys, do you think we're going to get this rematch? Because one fighter from the PBC said we got to see what Al Haymon says do. That means call Al. And the other fighter from the PBC didn't say nothing about Al Haymon. Well, he did thank Al Haymon, but he said, yeah, man, the message I have for Jermell Charlo is I want to run it back. I want a rematch. So that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. So let me go ahead and do this. Do you think that and it's going to be up to Al Haymon, of course, because he's the boss. There's nobody with the PBC, their own bosses. And I told you guys that. Anytime they say, call Al, big fish, cap, call Al, that means that you're not your own boss. Period. I'm trying to figure out how, I'm not a boxing aficionado like Coach here. However, to me, Charlo kind of reminded me of Broner. Why doesn't he let his hands go? What was he waiting on? No, you know what? He normally does let his hands go. But for some reason, when he fought Castano Saturday night, he didn't let it go. Because also Castano had an underrated jab as well. Yeah. He would slide and throw his jab, timing Charlo's jab. Yeah, and I think this is why, guys, when you watch, I watched it again, right? And what I noticed was it was more of a chess match than anything. And I was talking to Santos and Lady Shane about this. I said, man, this looks like a chess match. This was a total different Jermell Charlo. He showed this guy so much respect. Jermell Charlo showed Castano respect that I've never seen him show a fighter since he's been fighting throughout his career. Now, I haven't seen every fight Jermell Charlo has had, but I saw him have at least 10 fights. 15 fights. At least 15. And he showed Castano so much respect in this fight. I never, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, it's not the same guy that I was normally used to seeing. He was fighting mostly on the back foot, and he wasn't using his jab. Got a damn good jab. Won't even use it. But I think the reason why he didn't use the jab, guys, is because he knew that Castano was waiting on that. He knew Castano was waiting on that. So both men was trying to, it was a chess match. Castano, when the round starts, he's trying to figure out, well, not really trying to figure him out, but after he figured out what Jermell Charlo game plan was going to be, after he figured that out, he was just trying to get him to open up offensively. Jermell Charlo knew that, damn, if I open up offensively, this guy's going to counter me. Tony Boswell said, do you think Jermell's shoulder was messed up? No, we ain't doing that, Tony. Hey, Tony, we're not doing that because we know when Manny Pacquiao, Tony, do you remember when Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather and he lost that fight? And then he said, well, his shoulder was kind of hurt and everybody said that was an excuse. We're not going to give Jermell Charlo no excuses. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying, Tony. I'm not saying you're giving him an excuse, but I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that because if we do that, then he'll be in the same bracket as well, I ain't gonna say the same bracket and Deontay Wilder. I won't say that, but Wilder gave him a million excuses. But no, we're not gonna say that. And if his shoulder was messed up, what shoulder? You know what I mean, Tony? Like what shoulder? I haven't heard anything about his shoulder being messed up. I picked this guy to win. Now, I will say this now. Toon did say that he had Castano winning that fight. He picked Castano to win that fight. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest with you guys. Corey Bradley said, Coach, did you know Castano beat and knocked down Errol Spence twice? Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I heard him say it. You know, well, I heard the reports. I haven't physically heard Castano say it, of course, but I heard the reports. But they did ask Errol Spence. They did ask Errol Spence guys the night of the fight. I don't know if Shane saw this, but they did ask him in the audience. As a matter of fact, let's do this. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Now, I can't play it on here. I can't show it on here. I can't show it on here. But this is what I can do. This is what I can do. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys. Research. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys because I got the question. They asked. Hold on. I think I have it here. Guys. Bear with me one moment, guys. I think I found it. Now, I was watching a video from Lady Shan. Let me hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. My Bluetooth off. Now, they asked Errol Spence, what did he think? Hooligan music, what you say, fam? That dude gave Spence a flashback. Hold it. I mean, that don't mean he'll beat Spence now, but Errol Spence didn't just come out and say, yeah, man, Jermell Charlo beat Castano. Bro, just look at the energy of everybody that was team Jermell. Look at Spence. Look at Derek James. I'm just saying, guys, look at these guys. And for people saying that Jermell didn't get hurt this fight, that's not true. That's not true. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys something. Because even in this interview, Jermell Charlo admitted that he had got hurt. But I will say Jermell Charlo was the stronger fighter. He was the stronger fighter. I will say that. He was the strong. Oh, wait a minute. His punching power was a little bit stronger. And I think that once he felt Castano's punching power, it was Castano had I'll put it this way. Jermell Charlo handled the power shots that he got buckled with better than Castano did when he got hurt. But the rope stops Jermell Charlo from going to the ground. Watch the third round. Watch the third round, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to see. I'm going to read this to you guys. Tell me what you guys think. I'm going to read this to you guys, but let me play this first, because there are people saying that and I'm not being biased. I'm like, listen, bro, like
some news of the fight yesterday. Charlo.
That's Shan. Hold on. All right, here we go. But yeah, because I couldn't find the fight, but I was just watching her channel. And she had a snippet of it, so I'm glad she did.
It was cool. It was a good fight. I mean, it was all right.
Do you feel like, what are some of the things you think Jermell maybe should do in a rematch to make the fight easier on himself?
I don't know. He's the coach right here.
Right.
They asked Errol Spence, what do you think that Jermell Charlo needs to do, adjustments wise, in a rematch? Errol Spence said, I don't know. Ask the coach. That's the coach right there.
Like he needed those last 3 rounds? Did you feel like he needed those last 3 rounds to get the draw, or how were you doing?
I mean, it was a close fight all throughout the fight. I mean, the undisputed, title fight, but I mean, it was close all throughout the fight.
So he asked him, he said, did you think that Jermell needed to win the last 3 rounds? Notice Errol Spence didn't say that. He didn't say anything. He just said, it was a close fight, yada, yada, yada. He didn't say, yeah, I felt like he needed to win the last 3 rounds. Yeah, I felt like he won the last 3 rounds. When I watched the fight, I told Shane, I said, man, I think, Jermell won the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th round. That's what I thought he did, right? I was wrong. When I watched it again, he won the 10th. He was winning the 11th, but then the 11th round turned around. And Castano started fighting back because he was still kind of injured from the 10th round. And then in the 12th round, that was a throw-up round. That could have went either way. And I think in the 12th round, Jermell Charlo landed the last punch or something like that. So that could have went either way. That round could have went either way. You see what I'm saying? So when I watched it again, I have no problem with the draw. 116, 112, nah. 117, 111, in my opinion, nah. That fight was a close fight. And when you look at it, I think the outcome pretty much was, I don't have a problem with the outcome. I felt like Castano won the fight 7 rounds to 5. I'm being honest with you. I still feel that way, but the only thing I feel differently about is I'm a little bit more sure as of late to, I see how they came away with the draw, because there's a lot of punches that were being blocked, on both ends. Catch, you know how you catch and shoot? There was a lot of catch. There was a lot of punches that was caught. So hold on.
What do you think of Castano tonight?
He looked good. He looked real good, and he showed a lot of grit too. Because he got hurt a lot, but he came back. So check him.
And when Mel had him out, did you?
So he said that Castano looked real good. He got hurt a lot. I don't agree with Castano getting hurt a lot. The man got hurt 2 times. The 2nd round and the 10th round. What does hurt a lot mean? Because Jermell Charlo got hurt twice. Like good clean shots too. And he buckled both times. So I only seen 2 times where Castano got hurt, to me. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I saw. That's
Like he should have pressed on him there, or was he smart just waiting for that setup again?
Well, I don't know. He was talking right here.
So they asked Errol Spence. He said when Castano got hurt, do you think that Jermell Charlo should have just jumped on Castano? Were you surprised that Jermell didn't just jump on him and get him out of there? Errol Spence's reply was, I don't know. There's the coach right there. Go ask him. That was kind of strange. That was kind of strange to me. That was kind of strange to me. That was kind of strange to me. Shout out to Exclusive. Shout out to Exclusive for sitting there for that quarter of a dub on your boy. Not right now, but
Super chat
earlier.
received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Listen, so Errol Spence seemed like he was non-committal. Johnny Blaze said, you said people make the argument that Castano outlanded Charlo, but if fights were scored that way, Mayweather wouldn't be undefeated. I'm just saying, Castano did land more punches. Some would say that Jermell Charlo landed the cleaner shots. My thing is this here. You have 3 judges. 3 judges saw it 3 different ways. Remember, judging is subjective. You see what I'm saying, Johnny Blaze? Judging is subjective. So this is why, if that was the case, this is why judges don't rule the same way. This is why one judge may say, well, I scored it this way. This is why another judge may say, well, I scored it that way. This is why a third judge may say, well, I scored it this way. Why would 3 judges score things differently? Because they see it differently. Right? They see it differently. Forget the 117, 111. We know that was some bullshit. Diallo Huggy say that's because Errol knew Jermell lost that fight. Yeah. Yeah, some people saying that too. Double A Sagittarius, ask Derrick James. And yeah, that was strange. That was very strange. Well, what you mean ask Derrick James? He's asking you. He's asking you a direct question, and he's looking for a direct answer. You saying ask Derrick James, he the coach. Listen, we know Derrick James is the trainer, Errol, but he's asking you, what did you think? This question is specifically for you. What did you think? So it just that seemed kind of strange to me. You see what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, Johnny Blaze. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm trying to watch the chat now to make sure I don't miss the super chats, man. I don't want nobody thinking I'm ignoring them. It's just that I'm just like, oh man, bro, yikes. I watched that fight again, man, and I'm telling you, bro. Now, even Jermell Charlo said that this 117-111 score was ridiculous. Steve in the UK, what you say, fam? You say he did outland Charlo, but he was also the aggressor in the fighting, his fight for the most part. Yeah, he was fighting his fight. I wish I would have saw hold on. Gilbert says I wouldn't have scored that a 10-8 round. Hell no. Man, I wasn't no damn 10-8 round. No, hell no. Shit, if that was the goddamn case, I mean he had Tony Harris hurt that first fight. First fight he had Tony Harris hurt, and that wasn't no, but again, it's subjective to the judge. Hooligan Music, what you say, fam? You say Spence took the easy way out. Yes, he did. He took the easy way out. They asked him a direct question. He deflected and sent it to Derrick James. They asked Derrick James. Castano was the busy fighter in this fight. I had Castano winning 9-3. Damn. Aquarius, God damn. 9-3? Dragon leg. What the? He said L is a little punch drunk. Steve in the UK said he obviously doesn't want to speak on it as he thought Charlo lost. That's how I interpret Spencer's response. This is exactly what I'm saying, bro. This is it. I remember when Charlo lost to Tony Harris the first fight, everybody was very adamant. Oh man, Charlo got robbed in that fight. Everybody was adamant. There was no, I don't know, ask the coach. It was none of that. But with this fight, the energy was totally different. There was no animation from outside of Jermell Charlo's lovely wife. Outside of her, there was no animation that Charlo clearly won the fight from his team. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't know Brian Castano. Jermell Charlo is one of my favorite fighters in boxing, period. I don't hide that. I'm not crazy about Jermell Charlo, but Jermell is the real lion. And Jermell fought for undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world Saturday. They say Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. I don't think all the sanctioning bodies are recognizing that. But for argument's sake, we'll say Teofimo Lopez is undisputed, even though Devin Haney got WBC strap. But that's neither here nor there. We'll say Teofimo Lopez is undisputed, and we know for a fact, without any dispute, that Josh Taylor is undisputed. So this was an undisputed junior middleweight championship fight. I expected more out of Jermell Charlo fighting a fighter, an unknown fighter. Now we know the Argentine fighters from Argentina are some tough son of a guns. We know that. We know that for a fight. It's some great fighters came out of Argentina. But I was surprised that I didn't see that aggression from Jermell Charlo. I saw a back foot fighter that night. He was just waiting, anticipating for this guy to just rush in. He didn't do that. Bon Scott, what you say, fam? Can Tim Tszyu beat Charlo or Castano in 2022? I mean, it's boxing. Yeah, it's boxing. Anything can happen, but I gotta watch some more fights on Tim Tszyu. That's Costa Tszyu's son, right? That's Costa Tszyu's son, right, Bon? If I'm not mistaken. Hooligan Music, what you say, fam? That's why it's not good to underestimate in fanboy. No, it's not. Dimitar, what you say? Body language. Hold Charlo time, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying right here. Coach, did you hear Teofimo called off the Kambosos fight? I haven't heard that. I heard it, but I don't know if that's true or not. You have to ask Punch Drunk about that. He the one got a relationship with Teofimo's father. So maybe he know a little bit more about that. But if he called off that fight, that'd be something terrible. Jimmy John say Charlo got robbed. He got robbed in his own hometown. Jimmy John, you think Charlo got robbed in his own hometown? I don't know. The fight was a draw. Many people just dislike the Charlo twins. I like Jermell Charlo. I don't know Brian Castano. I have no reason to like the guy. I don't know him. I rooted for him. I'm pulling for the whole damn time for Jermell Charlo. I picked Jermell Charlo to knock this dude out. But I can't sit here and lie and say that when I walked away, especially after watching it again, I can't sit here and say he clearly won that fight. I saw a different fighter. To me, I saw a different fighter. To me. He said on this fight was the same as Sean Porter without the knockdown. Would you agree? You saying with Eric 1984, you saying with Sean Porter fought Errol Spence? Yeah, it was I would say that. Merrill Dixon on his back foot and getting walked down. You got a fighter. You have a 6-inch arm reach advantage against. Alan Skills said, don't forget, Coach, Tyson Fury is undisputed. Pain in the ass for heavyweight boxing. Yeah. Are you talking about he's a undisputed pain in the ass? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can agree with that, but we know he never was on. Aquarius Brown said Castano was an unknown fighter, but he is an A-class fighter. Yes, he is. Aquarius, he is a top-notch fighter. Guess what? Castano picked up a lot of fans that night. Castano picked up a lot of fans that night. He picked up me. I'm one of them. Jermell's still my guy. I still rock with Jermell. But Castano picked up a lot of fans that night. He won. He damn sure won me over. It's hard to win me over. He won me over last night. I mean, on Saturday night, guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if, Jermell, okay, when Jermell lost to Tony Harris, he said, I want a rematch immediately. Do you guys remember that? I want a rematch immediately. He didn't say nothing about Carl, Al, none of that. I want a rematch. I beat that dude. I didn't see that same energy. Guys. I just didn't. The body language that Derrick James showed, the body language that Errol Spence showed, the body language that Jermell Charlo showed. Come on, man. I'm just saying, dog, like, the confidence wasn't there to me, man. The confidence wasn't there. And I hope we get a rematch, guys. I really do hope we get a rematch, but I don't know, man. Carlos Mendoza, what you say, brother? You said when you get a draw in Texas against a Texan, you know who the real winner is. You know what? I'm kind of inclined to agree with that. Perfect example when Pernell Whitaker got a draw against Julio Cesar Chavez. Well, he beat the brakes off of Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez literally could not land no combinations on Sweet Pea at all. He boxed him in the middle of the ring. He boxed him off the rope. He boxed him all over the goddamn ring. The body language that Julio Cesar Chavez showed after the fight, he had a look of defeat in his eyes. His corner knew, like, yeah, man, we lost this fight. And the judges came back a draw. Julio Cesar Chavez was a Don King fighter. Don King was known for pulling shenanigans. Like Don King, but he gave us the fights, but boy, he pulled some shenanigans then. So for an unknown fighter who nobody was rooting for him to get a draw in someone else's backyard, that was impressive. Right on the Storm said he was setting up Castano, but changed his aggressiveness once he felt Castano's power. But Castano also was hesitant because of Mel's power. Because his punch count wasn't the same as other fighters. Yeah, but he still outpunched Jermell. He still outpunched him. But yeah, so both of them was trying to set each other up. Both of them saw it too. Castano was waiting on Mel to get overly aggressive so he can counter him. Jermell was trying to counter Castano. So two men trying to counter each other. That's not Jermell Charlo's style. That's not Jermell Charlo's style. That's not his style. I've been watching him a while. That's not his style. That wasn't Jermell Charlo. I lost my belt against Tony Harris. I'm coming to get it the second fight. I didn't see that fight. What you say, Johnny Blaze say, leave Chavez alone, coach. You on his head. Yeah, man, no, I'm still mad about that. You know, I was a fanboy up in there, Whitaker. I watched that fight 7 times. On Right of the Storm, I remember that fight. The crowd booed the decision. Yes, they did. Eddie Sports on money. Castano had a belt and was the champion. That fought Laura. Come on. I understand what you're saying, Eddie, but no one really knew who he was. I'm not taking away from Castano. If you hear what I'm saying that's really giving them props. No one really knew who he was. I didn't hear nobody on these YouTube streets talking about, yeah, Castano was this and Castano was that. Nobody wasn't really saying nothing. They're saying it now after the fact. But prior to the fight, you didn't see any pro Brian Castano videos and Brian Castano going to do this and do that. Most of the people said that Jermell Charlo was probably going to knock this dude out and beat him. It said that this guy was too short, his arms wasn't long enough, and he has an aggressive style. And when he come in there, Jermell Charlo's power is going to stop him and put him to sleep. This is what everybody was saying. When I say everybody, of course I'm being facetious. I'm not saying every human being on the planet. I'm just saying people in boxing, most of the boxing commentators and most of the boxing fans and stuff were saying the exact same thing. Whether they like Jermell Charlo or not, they were saying the exact same thing. Most of them. Not all. Maybe you didn't say Eddie Sports Money, but it was a lot of people. A lot of people were saying that. Aquarius Brown said, when fighters lose their titles, they want a rematch immediately because money. And there's respect. And what you say? And their respect go down. Charlo wasn't enthused to fight again because he still has his titles. He looked like he was relieved that he was able to keep his belts. To me. Hooligan Music said, Coach, a lot of times big names means you have a better management team and money. Don't really mean you are the better fighter. I totally agree with that, Hooligan Music. You're right about that. All I'm saying is I was wrong about Castano, Hooligan Music. I was wrong as hell about Castano. The dude was better than I thought he was. He had better footwork than I thought he had. And he used intelligent pressure in order to, that was a good fight, bro. I would love to see that fight again. Kambosos has no footwork. Tio got fast hands, catches and returns with same hand. Kambosos is full for Teofimo Lopez. I don't know if we're going to see that fight. What about Meldrick Taylor and Chavez? Meldrick Taylor was beating Chavez's ass. Well, I ain't going to say he was beating his ass. He was beating him. Richard Steele, after the knockdown, I think it was like 5 seconds left in the 12th round. Chavez dropped him. He got back up. Legendary Hall of Fame coach Tommy Brooks was the trainer. I asked him about that fight. Because I said, why did you, because Meldrick Taylor was clearly willing to fight. Why did you have him go out there and try to go at Chavez in the 12th round? He said, because we were trying to win the fight, champ. We trying to get him out of there. He got dropped. He got right back up after he got dropped. Richard Steele was asking him some questions. Meldrick Taylor was not dazed woos. He was staring at his corner. I think he was looking at Tommy Brooks. And Richard Steele said, well, he didn't answer me when I asked him a couple of questions. I waved it off. Meldrick Taylor's face was all battered and bruised, but guess what? He was beating Chavez's ass. Chavez was the type of fighter that he didn't bruise easy. Chavez can get hit 1,000 times, his face won't be bruised. So you can't go by, well, look at the fighter's face. Because I know Punch said that look at Castano's face, and Jermell looked like he looked like he could have went to the club that night. No, can't go by that. Can't go by that. And Male Face looked a little bruised up as well. But you got a guy who, you know, he didn't look that bad. Having a 12-round fight. But if that's your logic, so be it. Jabril Bay said Argentina has a long history of tough, strong fighters. They so do. Bonavena, yep. Firpo, yep. Who knocked out Dempsey on the ropes. Maidana Castano had some nice skills inside with good speed and combos. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I was surprised about though. You said Benavidez will sleep Canelo on the same night. That's gonna be a tough fight for either fighter. That's gonna be a tough fight. The only thing the subjective viewer arguably does is generate boxing conversations, subscriptions, and super chats, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Dr. Hook. Hey, but let's look at this. Let's look at this, guys. The Charlo brothers are still dangerous. Don't count these brothers out. I had the fight as a draw before it was announced. It could have went either way in the judge's eyes. Yeah, you're right about that. No, they listen. This is no knock on the Charlo brothers. You know, well, no knock on Jermell Charlo. You know, I got a lot of love for Jermell Charlo. I hope that Jermell Charlo follow his brother's example and do the same goddamn thing. At least try to become a unified champion. But this is how, and guess what? If they put that fight on pay-per-view, I will buy it. You're right about that hooligan music. We need more competitive fights like this. Yes, we do. And check this out. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at what Jermell Charlo said. Let's look at this. Right here. Now, this was on Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano fight, epic split decision draw. You know, two of boxing's elite laid all out on the line at 154 pounds. So here it goes, as we know. The outcome wasn't preferred, but what led to it is something everyone would want to see again. Jermell Charlo landed a number of beautiful shots on Brian Castano. The Argentinian wouldn't go away, though. In fact, Castano kept coming forward. At stake for both fighters was history, becoming the first undisputed 154-pound champion in the four-belt era. On Saturday night on Showtime, Championship Boxing from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, in a PBC boxing event, neither Charlo, the IBF, WBA, and WBC super middleweight champion of the world, nor Castano, the WBO 154-pound king, came away satisfied with the split decision draw. And a lot of fans didn't either. But they say the fans did. Now, Steve Weinsfield had to fight 114-113 for Castano. That's how close it was. While Nelson Vasquez had it 117-111 for Charlo. This dude was on something. He must be related to Jermell Charlo's wife. With all due respect. And Tim Cheetham scored at 114-114. A great back and forth fight. You know what? That's it. You know, that's cool. The last undisputed super middleweight champion of the world was Hall of Famer Winky Wright, my homeboy from my city, my area where I'm from. And I remember that because they say he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. So this is what Jermell Charlo said. My coach Derek James told me that I needed a knockout in the 9th round. And I just knew, and he knew what he was talking about. So he just said, I just knew that Derek James knew that he knew what he was talking about. I trust my coach. This come with boxing, wins, losses, and draws. He threw a hell of a lot of punches. My skills and my ability and my power, I felt like won this fight, and I deserved to be going home undisputed. This is what Jermell Charlo said. He felt like he won the fight. Body language didn't show it, but he felt like he won the fight, and he felt like he should be going home undisputed. He said, I'm glad to have fought for undisputed. At least he did that. Him and Brian Castano. So let's give him a round of applause. He said it's different. So I guess he's saying it's a different level. I still hold my titles. I can't wait to get home with my babies, take a break from boxing, and then go back to the drawing board and see what's next. I want to be undisputed. That's what I want. That's my destiny. Castano, 17-0 with 2 draws, 12 KOs, did well for the first time, pushing Charlo, 34 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, 18 KOs, back in the corner. But it also seemed like Charlo was waiting and reading Castano. It didn't take long for Charlo to figure Castano out. By the second round, he did. With 1 minute and 49 seconds left in the round, Charlo nailed Castano with a counter left hook. To me, that's Jermell Charlo's best punch. Castano was reeling backwards and in trouble. Yes, he was. But Castano says, I won the fight. He said there were some rounds where he hit me hard. I was hurt in the 10th round, and I had to recoup. Same with the beginning of the 11th round, because he was recouping from the 10th round. But I did enough to win this fight. I hope I get a rematch. He is a great fighter. I need the rematch. The man said he need the rematch. My brother Jermell said that we're going to call Al Haymon and see what Al say. In the 4th round, though, here you go. However, in the 3rd round, it was Castano's who sent Charlo's eyes rolling back, buckling his knees with a left hook to the jaw with 8 seconds left. It was a full side. It was a full, what he said? I guess I'm a fusillade. It was a fusillade, a fusillade that was enough to win the round. So for all of those who say, oh man, Jermell Charlo knees ain't never get buckled, these people saw the same thing. These got buckled. That bottom rope saved him from going down. I watched it again. The bottom rope, boom, he buckled. He bounced off. That bottom rope saved him. Here you go. In the 4th round, Castano's pressure ruled the round. He had Charlo pinned against the ropes. As Charlo got ready to go out for the 5th, James told him, you're giving rounds away, Jay. His own trainer was telling him, you're giving the rounds away. By the 6th round, Castano again had Charlo against the ropes and was landing quality shots. Charlo worked well off of the ropes in the 7th and in the 8th. Charlo brought the fight to the center of the ring. He worked his jab and landed a right hand in the final 10 seconds of the round. Charlo went back to fighting off the ropes in the 9th round. And immediately on his return to the corner, James quickly reminded him, you're not listening. You're not listening. You cannot back up. You're giving him too much courage. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing a trainer that was very concerned that his fighter was losing this fight. The trainer wasn't saying, yo, dog, you up, man. You blowing this dude away. He didn't feel that way. And I was listening to in between the rounds. He didn't feel that way. It began reaching a critical stage. The urgency manifested in the 10th round with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Charlo came charging forward with a left hand that followed by a right hand had Castano retreating. Charlo slammed Castano with blunt lefts to the body. Castano bore the brunt of Charlo's attack. The round easily went to Charlo, absolutely. In the 11th round, Castano went back to pressing Charlo, who boxed from the outside. Before he walked out in the 12th round, James told Charlo he had to knock him out. You gotta knock him out. Charlo nailed Castano with a jab and a counter right, but Castano nailed Charlo with a left hook on the chin with 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the round. Charlo closed the round with a right square on Castano's face. Though when the last bell sounded, it was debatable who won. That was a toss-up round. Some say that Jermell Charlo won the 10th, 11th, and 12th round. I thought he won the 19th, 11th, and 12th. When I went back and looked at it, I was wrong. The 12th round could have went either way. That was a swing round. Southpaw Killer, you're right about that. That was a swing round. That was a swing round. But do you hear what I'm saying though? The trainer said that, man, you blowing it. He said, you're not listening to me. So apparently the trainer knew something that people on the outside who say they had Jermell Charlo winning by a long slide. Apparently the trainer knew something that was seeing something that they didn't see. This is coming from a guy who rooted for Jermell Charlo. This is coming from a guy who defends Jermell Charlo. Because you remember when everybody they was calling him a coon, Uncle Tom sellout, because he didn't told he wasn't kissing Deontay Wilder's ass. He just basically said that, hey man, the Tyson Fury didn't cheat it, yada yada yada. So I'm the one that's defending Jermell Charlo. I did a whole live, as you guys remember, defending Jermell Charlo. I'm not buying the coon talk. You know, they call me coon all the time. I'm cool with that. I don't know who Brian Castano is. Have no reason to say that he beat Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo was one of my favorite fighters. Don't believe me? Listen to the previous live broadcast. Derek James said that, listen, man, check this out, man. Derek James told him, you giving rounds away. He said, you're giving rounds away, Jay. Let's see what else he said. He said, you're giving rounds away. He said, you're not listening to me. He said, you're not listening. You're not listening. You cannot back up. You're giving him too much courage. So what did Derek James see that people who said that Jermell Charlo easily won this fight, what did he see that the people who said Jermell Charlo easily won this fight didn't see? Anybody in the chat, please tell me. What did Derek James see that people who said Jermell Charlo easily won this fight, what did he see that they didn't see? Jermell Charlo water bottle wasn't spiked, so we know that wasn't it. He didn't wear a costume, so we know his legs wasn't weak. There wasn't no towel thrown in. Castano didn't have no egg weights in his gloves. No cushion taken out of his gloves. So we didn't see none of that. Hooligan music, my brother. What did Derek James see that the people who said that Charlo got robbed, what did he see that they didn't see? Anybody in the chat, my brothers, please, brothers, sisters, whoever. What did Derek James see that for people who say Charlo got robbed didn't see? And I don't want to hear, oh man, Derek James was just telling them that. You know, just telling them that. No, he wasn't just telling them that. What did Derek James? Derek James said, you're not listening. You cannot back up. You're giving him courage. If Jermell Charlo would have went at Brian Castano and fought Brian Castano like he did Tony Harris in that second fight, even in that first fight. Hooligan Music said he was losing the fight, coach. Shout out to my brother Toon for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Just sliding in, coach. Salute to you. What's the topic? In my opinion, if you had Charlo winning, you can't judge a fight, period. The man coach said he was losing. That's my question. Toon, that's my question. What did Derek James see that the people who said Jermell Charlo got robbed, what did he see that they didn't see? Saw Charlo getting walked around in the ring and getting punched up. That's what he saw. That's all I'm saying, guys. All I'm saying is this. I was expecting to hear Jermell say, you know, I beat that boy. Hey, Toby Barnett, You know I beat that boy. You know I beat that boy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, I'm just saying, what did Toby Barlett, what? hey, Two, that's what we talking about, brother. Two, that's what we talking about. Because that's a good question. That's a good question. Aquarius Brown, what you say, brother? James saw Charlo losing his titles and applying for unemployment benefits. Oh, man. Jules and Nicholas said, I guess them skills that Mel was telling Wilder about. Oh, man. Hey, Blue Jay sounded like Blue Blood. Yeah, yes, I mean, I stole that from Blue. He wasn't rocking it right, so I'm rocking it now. But, Southpaw Killer, what you say, fam? Because he saw it as a draw and a knockout would have put Charlo over the top. Javi Santana, what you say? What's up, coach? Just stopping on to give you some props on always keeping it 100. Carlos Mendoza, what you say, fam? If you had Charlo winning, then I'm sorry, you're biased. Charlo did not win that fight. Man, I was trying to give it to Charlo too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was on the chat with Santos, and I was like, man, you know, I'm trying to give every round to Charlo. I'm trying to give every round I can to Jermell. I'm like, man, this dude ain't looking the same. But he had me shaking like a leaf in the middle of a hurricane. I'm just being honest with you. But my thing is this here, guys. Coach Pernell Whitaker beating took the starch out of Chavez, as Chavez got dropped and lost to Frankie Randall in the next fight. Yeah, Sweet Science Pernell, a true super fighter. Chavez was never the same. Man, listen, man, but Sweet Pea boy, if you guys want to see one of the baddest welterweights, that lightweights, and welterweight that ever stepped in the ring, look at Pernell Whitaker. Pernell will beat your ass in the middle of the ring and then pull your shorts down. Literally, he will pull your shorts down. Duck down, pull your shorts down, and come right back up. That's how fast and quick he was. Reflexes like a cat. R.I.P. R.I.P. to the legendary Pernell Whitaker. Yo guys know I'm a Pernell Whitaker fanboy. You know that. I make no bones about that. I am a Pernell Whitaker fanboy. I am a Mike Tyson fanboy. I am a Roy Jones Jr. fanboy, and I am the greatest middleweight of all time, in my opinion. Marvelous Marvin Hagler fanboy. Them the only fighters I was a fanboy of. I ain't a fanboy of no fighters today. Not today. Javis Santana said Charlo would have been on the canvas if it wasn't for the ropes in the third. Yeah, that bottom rope, he probably won't admit it, but Joe Strowman said, Coach, the Charlos are not famous in Texas. No, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. You sure? Tune, what you say? Sweet Pea 757 very old. That's right. God doggone, boy. Put some respect on Pernell's name, man. Respect it. Here you go. Hold on. Let me hold it up. Let me hold up the webcam for you guys. There you go. See, I got him up top right there. Ring Magazine. He has the WBC IBF around his waist, and he has the I think that's the lineal belt as well. Ring Magazine belt, something like that. Yeah, man. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. So apparently, Dragon Leg, what you say? I seen that in the street fight on the video. Pull a dude pants down and started back whooping him. Yeah, Pernell Whitaker used to do that in the ring. He used to do that in the ring. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. used to spar with Pernell Whitaker. I'm not saying all the time, but Floyd Mayweather came up. He came up. His dad. He might not his dad, but his uncle Roger was a champion, so he got a chance to get some sparring in back in the day from Pernell. Well, Carlos, what you say? I'm 9-3 or 8-4 for Charlo is straight bias. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's just. Damn, I'm a Charlo fan, and I couldn't even come away with that. But hey, man, some people did. Hey, that judge who had it 117, 111, he gave Castano 3 rounds. Eddie Sports Money said Charlo will KO Castano in the rematch. I don't know about that. Because just like you may feel like Eddie Sports that Charlo gonna make adjustments, I think Castano gonna make adjustments as well. And Castano hurt Jermell Charlo a couple of times in that fight. Buckled his knees. Ironically, both times on the ropes. Joe Stromer, he said, Coach, the rematch should be in Argentina. They probably do bigger numbers. It'll do big numbers over there, but Charlo ain't going to Argentina. You know that ain't happening. Al Haymon ain't gonna let that happen. And then, they're not gonna let that happen. Remember, with the PBC, you have their top fighters. You have like 5 or 6 top fighters. Of course, Deontay Wilder is the big dog on the PBC. Right? That's their star fighter. Then it's Errol Spence. It's the Charlos, Jermell and Jamal. And damn, it's one more. And Tank Davis. Those are the star guys. So, the rematch is not going to happen. What I would do is I would like to see the rematch maybe in Vegas. And I think people will pay. To see the fight in pay-per-view. I know I buy it. He say, earn with Hearn. He say, Coach, how much you squatting these days? I'm squatting 4 1/4 still. 425. I can do about 5 reps of 425. So that means I could probably do more. That's without knee wraps. If I put knee wraps on and make sure I have a good spot, yeah, at 47. Squatting is very important. Squatting, listen, if you build those legs up, everything else up top gonna get strong as an ox. Somebody grab you, they literally will not be able to move you. Literally. I'm just saying like in a street fight or something like that. Not no trained fighter, but yeah. But anyways, Southpaw Killer, if Charlo do more body work, he would have gotten Castano out of there. That was the reason why he wasn't going to the body, though, on Southpaw Killer. That was the reason why he wasn't going to the body. Because in order to go to the body, he would have had to come down. Because he's 5'11", and this guy's 5'7". He would have had to come down to go to the body. And when he would have came down, it was obvious that Castano was waiting to counter him. And if he would have went down to try to dig to that body, and listen, Jermell Charlo did land some good body shots, but Castano landed some good body shots as well. He didn't want to come down. Steve in the UK, what you say? Pigs will fly before Charlo fights in Argentina. It might do big numbers viewing wise, but unless the government or some Argentina being fronts the money, the money would be in America. Yeah. The good news is this, though. If they do a rematch, guys, it'll do big numbers, in my opinion. Now, what's big numbers? Because Jermell Charlo did terrible numbers, I think, in his last piece. I think him and his brother did a doubleheader. It did terrible. But boxing is about what, guys? Supply and demand. If there is a demand for a fight, you have to supply that demand. Now, I'm going to tell you what will be good numbers. As long as the fighters don't have to get paid a boatload of money, good numbers will probably be for Charlo, and he's not a draw. So good numbers for Charlo will probably be, I'd say, about 300,000 pay-per-view buys. I mean, that's a flop to me, but I'm just saying for him, that might be good for him and Castano, for the simple fact that PBC won't be on the hook to pay a whole lot of money. And the way they do it is they give you low money up front, guarantee money, and they say, man, well, on the back end, you can make money on the pay-per-view. That's how they prevent from overpaying a fighter. If you're able to draw people to come to this fight and pay for it, then that's your money from there. You know what I mean? Double A Sagittarius, what do you say, fam? Coach, I used to be a Lennox Lewis fanboy. Hell, that's why I like PBC, because Lennox Lewis be doing competition. Toon, what you say, man? I'm not paying for a robbery. Man, come on, Toon, man. That was a good fight, bro. That was Toon was the one that said Castano was going to win. He the only person I heard say that. 350K. Okay, yeah, Steve in the UK, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Hey, hold on. Coach, come on. Try 3 times to get a laugh from nobody dropping hundos. Hey, did what you say? Dropping that hundo on your boy. Hey, Blue be killing me with that shit. That shit funny as hell when Blue do that, though. I'm not gonna lie. No, that shit funny as hell. Johnny Blaze, what you say? Over 200K is good numbers according to Mayweather Promotions. Yeah, you know, according to them, it's good numbers. But I'm gonna tell you why, though, Johnny Blaze. I'm gonna tell you why those are good numbers for them. Because the guaranteed payout is low. Johnny, remember this, brother. Tank Davis only got paid a guaranteed $1 million to fight Barrios. Barrios only got paid a guaranteed $500,000. So that's $1.5 million. So if Tank fight do 200K, that's damn good. Because guess what? They didn't have to pay out a lot of money. Upfront money in the first goddamn place. You see what I'm saying, Johnny Blaze? They didn't have to pay a lot of money. So now 200K is a flop. But when you look at it from that perspective, hell, I only paid $1.5 million to both goddamn fighters. He do 200,000. We got the live gate, which Tank doing good numbers in Atlanta. We got the live gate, and if he do 200,000, Tank gonna get 60% of the pay-per-view. After we get our cut, Barrios gonna get 40%, and then it's gonna be all to the good. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, 200K will be pretty good. Shout out to my brother Toon for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Yeah.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Toon said, I heard a channel say Castano won most of the rounds, but Charlo won the championship rounds, so he's okay with it. All the boxing channels narrative driven. I'm not gonna lie, Toon. I think Jermell won the championship rounds. Me watching it again, the 12th round could have went either way, but I kind of is. I can see Jermell Charlo winning the championship rounds. You see what I'm saying? You know, Fly Boys, what you say, fam? You say Charlo next fight, he's losing those belts unless he fight a bum. No, I don't see Jermell losing his belts in the next fight. I just don't know where does he go from here, though. You see what I'm saying? He's going to have to fight his mandatories. Was thinking somewhere in the 300,000, maybe even 400s, but I don't think more than that. They need to promote it better. Self, you hit the nail right on the head. That fight didn't get no promotions. If I'd have got promotions in Texas, the venue didn't sell out, but it did sell better. It did sell better, but it wasn't sold out at all. And just Jermell Charlo just not a draw like that. He's not a draw like that, to be honest with you. And it's a shame, but again, you know, the PBC, they do a terrible job in promoting fighters. They do a terrible job. Bro, I remember when Don King was promoting fighters and Bob Arum when he did promote fighters, when Don King was around and they was running the show, you had the promotion game was way different than it is now. Now these promoters are lazy. They just flat out lazy now, dog. Like, they don't like, you feel me? Joe Strummer, what you say, fam? Coach, just put that ish on Fox. You know what? I could probably go for that too. Make it another free TV. You know what? Let's do this, guys. Hey, let's do this. Let's see. Double A Sagittarius, they need to hire you, coach. Hey, listen. Let's see. Hold on. John, what you say, fam? Charlo did not win the 11th round. Okay. Okay. Tune said, well, 2 rounds. Okay, I can go for that too. I can go for that. I can go for that. Dragonland said, Jermell threw no uppercuts. I think the reason why he probably, yeah. Watching that fight, Castano wasn't fighting straight up neither, though. He had a high guard, but when he got close, he was giving angles. Halim say, shout out to Don King. Salute to Don. Salute to the Don. Salute to the Don King. Haters have opinions. Say these bosses don't even need promoters. They just need to be lit on social media. Hearn and Oscar are better promoters than Arum and Haymon. Yeah, they're not promoting, man. But this is the thing, though. The social media, being lit on social media, is not translating into those fans buying pay-per-views and backing those fighters up like that. One thing I will say about the Paul brothers is that when they do fight, anytime you got some YouTubers, doing over a million pay-per-view buys in boxing, and they are YouTubers, that tell you everything you need to know. One, the YouTubers are able to get a percentage of their fighters to pay for the fights, to watch them fight pay-per-view, even though those YouTubers know that these guys are not professional fighters. But check this out. The professional fighters who have these lit social media platforms, guess what? They can't convince their fans to buy their pay-per-views. So that means they're doing a terrible job in getting the message out there about their fights. Jabril Bay, what do you say, fam? You say, what do you think about Rolly? I think his awkward, strong power punching is offbeat. He could upset some guys like Devin and Tank. Remember what Floyd Patterson said about Gene Fullmer. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, man. Jabril, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Rolly Romero, he's a good fighter, but guess what? He telegraphs his punches. It's obvious what he's trying to do. He's looking for the right hand. He's looking for the right hand to land that hard shot every time. That's the way he fought this last guy. All power. All power. John B. Poetic, Castano was countering with a lot of power. Yes, he was. He was countering. And Jermell was trying to counter Castano. Sapo Killer, what you say, fam? Yep, fighters used to have commercials, and they face was seen a lot on TV without boxing. Now you find a fight happening on YouTube chats. Yeah. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, the content creators of the boxing content creators are the new, I hate to say it, guys, HBOs. They are the new new way to get the fighter message out there. That's why it's important that these fighters go on the Chitlin circuit. I call it the Chitlin circuit. You see what I'm saying? It's important that they do that. Because the boxing content creators are the new, and people gonna pay to see you whether they love you or hate you. You see what I'm saying? Self, he relies too much on power. Exactly. And when he fights somebody else, and when he fights somebody else, guys, who is on their level, Rolly Romero, he gonna get his ass put to sleep. Rolly Romero, he's a good fighter, but he gonna get his ass put to sleep. He's loading up on his punches. Load. I watched that fight, guys. He was loading up on the goddamn punch, making it obvious what he was trying to do. These guys don't know how to set their punches up no more. When you can have power, but don't make it so obvious that what you're trying to do. Seth, what you say, fam? Tank will whoop Rolly. They with the same promotional company. They're on the same side of the street. Both of them are PBC fighters / both of them are with Mayweather Promotions. That'll be a good fight to make. That'll be a good fight to make. That'll be a good fight to make, brother. Believe it or not. Oh yeah. Oscar Bonavena. Oscar Bonavena, yeah, absolutely. I remember Oscar Bonavena. Absolutely. Bad boy. Jabril Bay, what do you say? True coach. I'm rolling a weird fighter for sure. Super awkward, ugly style. What do you say, coach? Would you leave an unflushed deuce? Give it a chance? No, not really. I don't know what you mean by that, but nah. Yeah, that dude, they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Ever since they kicked him out of the Alphabet Boy community, he ain't been the same. Wole, what you say? Jermell was waiting to counter all night. Castano took his jab. That's why Mel was reluctant to throw the jab. Mel seemed clueless most of the rounds, was barely fighting on instinct. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't listening well. Like if he would just work his jab. Listen, guys, if you want to see a fighter stick to a game plan and just beat you with his jab, watch any of Larry Holmes' fights. Larry Holmes. Jermell could have made that fight a lot easier if he would just work this jab. You have a 6-inch arm reach. Jab, 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 jab. Throw 1,000 goddamn jabs around. I'm not saying he would have won it with that, but he didn't do it. That's why Derrick James was saying that he wasn't listening. Coach, they said Canelo versus Jake Paul is the next money fight. Hey, that might be. Hey, that might be, boy. Hey. Hey, God has said, word on the streets, word on these YouTube streets is Castano is the real deal, the real lion, and Charlo's only a lion mascot. Your thoughts, sir? Nah, hell no. No, I don't believe I ain't going for that. Now, if you saying Jermall, I might can go for that, but nah. Jermell fought good. Jermell fought good. You know, and a lot of people mad at Mel because of what he said, because of his Deontay Wilder comment as well, too. So I got to take that in consideration. You know, people, you know, you can't criticize Wilder. So, but I don't know. Jermell Charlo the real deal. He the real deal. At least, hey, listen, Goddess, at least he fought for undisputed. Can we get Jermell Charlo to at least have a unified fight? You see what I'm saying? This is what I want to know. Can we listen? I'm glad she brought that up. What about Jermell Charlo? Can we get Jermell Charlo to fight for a unified champion? Larry Holmes left his strong chin home the night that he fought Tyson. Yeah, Larry Holmes came out. He came out of retirement for 3 years too. Rider of the storm. What do you say, fam? Mel is a lion. Maul is garbage. What I'm saying is this. If you want to see somebody just beat your ass with his jab, watch Larry Holmes. Why did Jermell Charlo not throw his jab? I have no idea. He wasn't throwing it with consistency. Efren, what do you say, fam? How about Jamal saying at the post-fight conference saying that they always fight high opposition like he didn't just fight Montiel? Hey, yeah, he did fight Montiel now. Listen, man. Listen, bro. We cannot, please, guys, please don't do this. Don't compare Maul to Mel. Two different fighters. Dr. Hook, what you say, fam? The boxing content creators are a double-edged sword. Some are really fair and reasonable, others not so much. They are just in it for the money and have no journalistic integrity. Well, they don't have any journalistic integrity because they're not journalists. They didn't go to journalism school. They don't, they're not journalists. They just, they're guys who just, picked up a. It's not even about going to journalism school. It's about just trying to be fair with try to be fair with your objectivity, right? If you are a fighter, if you are a fan of a fighter, just say, hey, look, dog, when it comes to this particular fighter, I'm going to always be unbiased and not fair. People can respect that. I can respect that. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime you hear me talking about Pernell, anytime you hear me talking about any of these men on the wall, I'm gonna be biased as hell. I'm not gonna act like I am objective when it comes to Muhammad Ali, when it comes to Mike Tyson, when it comes to Pernell Whitaker, when it comes to Roy Jones Jr., or when it comes to Marvin Hagler or Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not gonna act like, yeah, I'm just being objective. I'm just stating facts. No, nigga, I'm telling my objective opinion, and this is how I feel. What I don't like is the hypocrisy. Just admit, look, man, I am a pro certain fighter channel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't make it seem like you got journalistic integrity when you clearly don't. You know what I mean? And then you block everybody who don't agree with you. That's why this is what I do. Let me show you guys something. This is what I do. This is why I unblock people. You know why I unblock people? Because if I block everyone because you didn't agree with what I said, I would not be no different from, I wouldn't be any different from these other Alphabet Boy channels. I wouldn't be any different from them if I did that. I wouldn't be any different from them if I did that. This is why I always go back in. Finna do it right now. And then I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. I go in my back office. I'm going to show you guys something. I go in my back office. Let me see, can I share this with you guys? Oh, sorry about that. Bear with me, guys. So you guys can see it. I'm going to share this with you guys. I go in my back office. Some guy named Kim Dog is blocked. That's the only one that's blocked. Oh, hidden by users. He's not blocked. He was hidden. I took him off the hidden list. Do you want to know why I do that? Because because I hear a lot of stuff that you guys say, right? Was to get mad every time somebody called me a coon. Anytime somebody called me Uncle Tom. Anytime somebody called me a sellout. If I was to get mad at someone because, oh, I see you on some other people's channels, but you come over here and watch I can't do that. I don't take it that personal. It's not personal to me like that. If you come to watch this show, you are contributing to the channel, whether you like me or not. And you have a right to say what you want to say. I can't get mad at anyone in the chat. Oh man, you know, he said something about my favorite fighter. The hell with him. Now I may get a little upset. You know what I mean? You know, I may get a little upset. That's because of my fanboyism. Because I am a fanboy of Sugar Ray Robinson. I am a fanboy of Pernell Whitaker. I am a fanboy of Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I am a fanboy of Roy Jones. I am a fanboy of Mike Tyson. I am a fanboy of Muhammad Ali. But I admit that. Is there any fighters that I'm a fanboy of today? Hell no. Not a fanboy of Canelo, not a fanboy of Joshua, not a fanboy of Fury, not a fanboy of Wilder, not a fanboy what's my favorite fighter name? Terrence Crawford. Not a fanboy of my second favorite fighter, Jermell Charlo. I'm not a fanboy of none of those guys. You ain't gonna never see me cap for him. Hell, if I was a fanboy of Jermell, I'd be telling you guys, man, he won and he got robbed. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. What you say, Arsenal Maniac? You keep typing, but your comment is only visible to you. It's blocked by the Alphabet Boys on stream. Yeah. And that's why I tell the moderators, don't block them. Don't block them. Because if I do that, I'm no different from them. I can't preach that I'm different, but then turn right around and do the exact same shit that they do. I'm not going to do it. Let them come. As long as they're not being disrespectful, let them come say what they want to say. Hell, if I'm not getting offended by being called a coon or Uncle Tom, then you know, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't take that shit personal. Just make sure you come back 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 days a week from Sunday through Friday. And you'll get a chance to do it all over again. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. What you say, Aquarius Brown, don't be like the alphabet game. They're sensitive. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I can't preach. I can't say that. And guess what? I don't hold shit. Well, what I mean by that, there's no secret how I feel about the Alphabet Boy channels. But there's only one that out of all of them, there's only one that I don't like at all. And you guys know that. That's the one who threatened Sugar Hill. Not threatened, but said, I hope you died in a car fire. When you wish death on somebody because of a damn fighter who you don't know, who wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire, that tell me a lot about you. And on top of that, you the goddamn police. On top of that, you was a former police officer. No, I can't. No. But anyways, I don't want to get off that. I don't want to keep harping on that. But that's why we're not going to block nobody. Coach, also the Maniac said, Coach, I find it laughable that some of these fanboy channels want to kill each other over some stranger boxer. For example, they think Wilder is their homie. Don't even know the man. And if they were to do something like that, Wilder not going to bond them out of jail. Toon say, nah, F. Drew tight. He ain't coming in here with his tight. Yeah, nah, he can't. Nah, he's not. That's no. Yeah, nah. Can't rock with him at all. On no level. As Tupac would say, ain't no peace. Yeah, man, but Ryder of the Storm, what you say? Mel will run it back unless IBF and WBO don't object and force fighters to fight their mandatories. Yeah, I think, but listen, Ryder of the Storm, Jermell has 3 belts. He's going to have to start fighting his mandatories. And Castano's going to have to fight his mandatory. But Mel definitely, because he has 3 belts. So he has 3 different sanctioning bodies that he's paying. He's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay. He's going to have to fight these guys. Double Lady Sagittarius say, all right, Coach, ain't no peace. Proud Father, what do you say? Facts, Ryder, because Tim Tszyu is a WBO mandatory for Brian Castano. Boy, that's going to be a damn good fight. Wale said, yeah, Floyd always ran it back. Whether people had doubts, Jermell doesn't seem to want the smoke. Al decides what's next. He already said it. Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. He said, I just straight enjoy a boxing discussion with like-minded individuals. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Charlie Stevens. Shout out to Charles Stevens.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. He said Alphabet Gang are sensitive crybabies. Yeah, I ain't blocking nobody. Fuck them. If they come to the channel, they contributing to watch time hours. Why in the hell would I stop that? And then I have a vision. You see what I'm saying? Guys, I'm not even gonna talk about it, but in the future, man, we gonna do this shit real big in the future. In the near future. In the near future, we are going to be having guests come in. I'll tell you about it. I don't want to give too much up right now. Mel didn't sound interested at all. No, he didn't. But he did say he'll run it back. Paul Evans, shout out to you, man. He said, Paul Evans say, fellow chatters, peace to you all. Have just started the show, so much fly. Hey, man, take it easy, man. Hope you have a good time at work, Paul. Aquarius Brown says, Wilder might bond them out. He can call Malik Scott up to work all day while you sleep. No, Wilder ain't getting involved in that, man. If some crazy fans want to do some crazy stuff to people, they got to suffer the consequences of their action. Bud talking smack. Hopefully he moves up and fight Castano, but I doubt it. He's all talk since he moved up to welterweight. Bud got a boss. If his boss, Bob Arum, don't put the money up for the fight, he can't do shit. He'll be out of there in October though, so we ain't got to worry about that. Just like Jermell Charlo got a boss, Errol Spence got a boss. They got to call Al. Everybody who got a promoter got to call somebody. That's just how it works. Proud Father says, Nemo, I call him Boxing Nemo, blocked me because I asked him why he keep posting videos of Anthony Joshua while working out. Yeah, them dudes very sensitive over there. Very sensitive. Not all of them. As a matter of fact, I heard it was different levels to them though. I had this one brother, one dude, I forgot his name. He a Puerto Rican dude. He said he LDBC. He said that the LDBC have, I call them the Alphabet Boys. He said the Alphabet Boys have different chapters. You have Alphabet Boy UK, you have Alphabet Boy Latinos, and you have Alphabet Boys, on the blacks. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had white LDBC members and Latino LDBC members. I had no idea about that. I know nothing about them. But that's what a guy told me who's supposed to be registered member of the LDBC. That's what he said. So I didn't know. He educated me on that. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we ain't blocking nobody. You see what I'm saying? Let them come. Bon Scott said, making one card unnaturally wide towards the cash cow doesn't divert attention away from anything. It only makes people more suspicious of fraud and corruption. Exactly. You're saying that this guy only won 3 rounds. I mean, I think even Jermell Charlo didn't agree with that score neither. Arsenal Maniac, he says, Coach, are you about barbershop? He's an instigator of all of these race baiting, and he has with feminine traits. I don't agree with everything that Fred says. And then when we and him met, I told him that. And he said there's nothing wrong with that. But as of late to his movie, 9 Wives, that's what I'm interested in. The movie. I'm interested in the movie because I was in the Nation of Islam. I was a registered lieutenant. So keep that in that context. Understand that. Yeah, no, it ain't that serious. Yeah, it's not that serious. Arsenal Manic. It's not that serious. I'm not looking to put hands on anybody. It should never get to that point, anyways. Not over no YouTube shit, anyways. You see what I'm saying? Not over no YouTube shit. It should never get to that point. Like me, I'm damn near 50. You know what I mean? So it should never really get to that point. I don't want to see nobody get shot, hurt, beat up, jump. I don't want to see none of that shit. You know what I mean? So, I'm not, you feel me though? Bon Scott says, New Media Today, USA Boston, people that do not agree can still have a civilized conversation. Exactly. I don't have to be venomous towards you because I don't support your organization that you're affiliated with on boxing content creation. I'm not, you know what I mean? Nah. Me and you don't agree. So it's I'm not on that. I'm gonna talk my shit, say what I gotta say. You guys know that, and that's it. But if it's something that we can agree on, we should be able to have an intelligent conversation on that particular aspect. Basically, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. Salute. I found Coach's channel via Blood Boxing. Big fan of his. Yeah, Blood. Yo, Blood, man. Blood right here in Florida with me, man. Blood funny the motherfucker, man. I got their Blood Boxing is and guess what? He knows a lot about boxing. He knows a lot about boxing, bro. He knows a lot about boxing. He knows a lot about boxing. Tune, what you say, fam? Officer Drew talking about punching heads off shoulders out here. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. I don't even watch his content. I don't watch his content. You know, they'll never have to worry about blocking me on their channels because I don't go to their channels. Nikki, what you say? What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya fight coming up? Who is he fighting? Who is who? I don't know who Oscar De La Hoya fighting. I ain't paying to watch that shit anyway. Let's see De La Hoya fight. You know, hey, I hated De La Hoya when he was a boxer too. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I started liking De La Hoya once he became a promoter because he hired Bernard Hopkins. But as a fighter, I did not like De La Hoya. I just don't know why. I'm not going to say I hated De La Hoya, but I just wasn't a fan of his, dog. Like, I just wasn't a fan of De La Hoya. I'm just being honest with you. You know, I'm just being honest. I'm 48 years old, and even hearing people, and even hearing that people open up troll accounts sounds pathological. Yeah. Proud father. Halim, I respect Lewis more because of his accomplishments and resume. Yeah, I didn't like Lennox Lewis, man, but I like him now. I like him a lot now. And this is another thing, guys. Don't hold on to shit. What I notice about this boxing community, you have some very, very, very sensitive men on this channel. Like, not on this channel, but just in the boxing community. Because it's like, dude, when I started doing this 7 months ago, I had no idea we had a bunch of beta males in this sport. People get so offended. People get mad. They want to start calling you all kind of names. They want to threaten you with violence, knowing that they'll never see you. And if they did see you, they probably wouldn't do half of the shit they say they'll do. It's just a bunch of goddamn, I come from a school, you know what, man, you say what you got to say. I say what I got to say. Now we both know where we stand. We just going to agree to disagree. But but that comes with age. That comes with time. That comes with, a level of humility. That comes with, okay, if you are, hold on. Richard Slessick say, aren't you a fanboy of Trevor Bryan? Oh yeah, I forgot all about Trevor Bryan. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, Richard, thank you for reminding me, brother. I am a fanboy of the greatest, currently the greatest heavyweight champion, American champion right now. And y'all gonna put some respect on Trevor Bryan's name. Cause maybe you should call or email Al to see if they would have a rematch versus Castano. Yeah, Al ain't gonna, them guys ain't gonna, they're not paying me no attention. Oscar Maniac, he said, Coach, it's full of beta males in the boxing YouTube fraternity. Yeah, I didn't know, man. I had no idea. As a matter of fact, let's do this, guys. Let's do this right quick. Because what were the fight purses? What were the fight purses for the Castano fight? What was the fight? Do anybody know? Let me see. Let's look that up. Purse. I'm looking that up right now, guys. Bear with me one moment. Let's see what was. I don't know. Guys, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Right here it says, this is from Sports Zion, but I'm gonna do some more on Dick reaching. But this sounds about right. Charlo will get more benefits whether he wins or lose, while Brian will make less money regardless of the results. Additionally, their earnings will increase after adding the revenue share and bonus. Revenue share basically mean that maybe that's the live gate. However, the promotion doesn't reveal the exact amount other than the guaranteed payment. Therefore, our research team has found out that the guaranteed amount. as well as the expected payouts. So, according to Sporting Zion, and this sounds about right because this looks like exactly what Tank Davis and Mario Barrios got paid. Guaranteed purses. Jermell Charlo got guaranteed purse of $1 million. Brian Castano got a guaranteed purse of $500,000. So if they do 200,000 pay-per-view buys, if it goes pay-per-view, that tells you that's a success to them because the payout to the fighters was low. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Let's do this. Because the boxers' payout was low. Do you guys see what I'm saying? The boxers' payout was low. So, Jermell Charlo, according to Sports Zion, I guess they did their research, they said that $1 million purse was guaranteed for Jermell Charlo and $500,000 was guaranteed for Brian Castano. Their purse shares is 55% to 45%, 10% down payment. Total payout is estimated to be $3.5 million, and total payout for Brian Castano is estimated to be $1.25 million. Now, somebody explain to me, when they tell me, yeah, they eating over there with the PBC, they making a whole lot of money. Nigga, where? Big fish. Errol Spence making some money because he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence doing pretty good, and we know Deontay Wilder doing good. But outside of Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder, who eating over there? Can anybody, please? Jermell Charlo is a unified junior middleweight champion. He's getting a guaranteed purse of $1 million. PBC? Call Al. So the revenue is going to be generated from where? The revenue is going to be generated from, remember I tell you guys, supply and demand. Was there a big demand for this fight? If there's a demand for this fight, people will separate themselves from their dollars in order to buy this fight. They couldn't put this fight on pay-per-view because it would have done terrible. Because Jermell Charlo, last time he did a pay-per-view, it didn't do well. It didn't do well. But let's move on. Let's move on to something else. So here we go. It says Jermell Charlo's purse from previous fight. Jermell Charlo's purse from previous fight. In his last fight, Charlo earned $750K against Jason Rosario in September 2020. The fight took place to defend Charlo's title. The fight finished in the 8th round after Charlo knocked out Rosario and unified the super middleweight division. Brian Castano's purse, Castano earned $400,000 from his last fight, fighting Patrick Teixeira on February 13, 2021. So this is his second time fighting this year. He won the fight by decision after staying in the ring for 12 rounds and won the WBO title. Aside from Charlo Castano fight, there are other fights that are expected to create some buzz as well. Bro, you trying to tell me, man, that Jermell Charlo last fight purse was $750,000? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's making the same goddamn thing as Caleb Eggplant. Arsenal Maniac, you right about Arsenal Manic. You're right about that. If Charlo is getting a meal, what about of the lesser known names? Oh, the lesser known names ain't getting paid shit. I can tell you that right now. So when you hear these guys on the Alphabet Boy channels talking about, the PBC, where's that? They're getting a whole lot of money over there. No, they are not. I broke this shit down to you guys already. I'm going to do a whole show breaking down these fighters' fight purses. They call it pocket watching. Yes, we're going to do some pocket watching. Because for them to know what, when Forbes put out a list and Forbes say, yeah, man, this person is worth this much and this person is worth that much, they are pocket watching. So when they tell me the PBC fighters are getting paid, nigga, please, where? Where they getting paid at? You know why they can't get paid? Because it's all about supply and demand. If this fighter is not a draw, Jermell Charlo cannot request, I want to get paid $4-5 million guaranteed. They can't give him guaranteed a high guaranteed fight purse because they are going to lose money because there's no demand for Jermell Charlo like that. This is one of my favorite fighters. There's no demand for him like that. Oh, he said, Coach, don't forget the 145 PBC fighters. Yeah, they got 145 fighters on their roster. 146 fighters. Sorry about that. They have 146 fighters on the PBC. Con, what you say? You say Haymon has a higher earnings, but that's promotional on draw base. I'm just saying. Like, how in the hell is Jermell Charlo, unified junior middleweight champion of the world, he gets a guaranteed purse of $1 million? And if guess what? If the gate don't do well, they say his estimated payout could be up to $3.5 million. So they looking at back end money. They looking at, okay, well, hopefully we'll see if what the numbers look like at the gate. They didn't sell it on pay-per-view. It was a free televised fight. And the fight wasn't a sellout, guys. The fight did not sell out. So for all these pro PBC channels, as a matter of fact, let's go on. Let's go back. We're gonna go back like a Leo, back, forth and forth. Let's go back and look at it. That's Jermell Charlo, right? Let's look at Errol Spence getting money. Errol Spence getting money. Let's look up. We don't look up Caleb Eggplant. We don't look up Caleb Eggplant already. Hold on, guys. Pulling it up right now. Coming with the receipts. We coming with the receipts. It said right here. Let's pull it up. January 30th, 2021. Dan Raphael. Now I saw this on Twitter. Caleb Trox's purse, according to Dan Raphael, freaks on United. Plant made $750,000 while Trox made $150,000. For Plant, it's the exact same amount he made in his fight against Lee in July 2019. But let's go ahead and look at Forbes. Now this here on Forbes. This is Forbes right here, guys. Caleb Plant got paid $750,000 his last fight. Canelo Alvarez is offering Caleb Eggplant. He's gonna make more money than he ever made fighting Canelo Alvarez. He need to sign that contract, and PBC, hopefully they do right by Caleb Eggplant. When they say that these guys are making a whole lot of money in the PBC, guys, they lying. And we don't expose that PBC is not as a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Hold up. Let's look at some more receipts. Hold on. Let's do this. You know how we do it now. I hope this is not a secret. I hope this is not a secret, guys. Hold on. Let's see. PBC. Wikipedia. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's go to Wikipedia, guys. I want to see if we could find out. I'm going to do some research, guys, on this. Next broadcast, I'm going to do some research on this. We're going to find out who really behind the PBC. Coach, don't forget these guys are getting paid from their promotional companies as well. Lions Only, Man Down, Bronze Bomber, yada, yada, yada. Promotional companies that aren't disclosed in the purse. Yeah. I agree with that. But Bronze Bomber, yeah. Devin Haney Promotions, yeah. We know Wilder eating. But if nobody is coming out to the fight, it's a promotional flop, is what I'm saying. And they are partnering up with other promotional companies. They are partnering up with other people. No, Toon say no. Wikipedia ain't legit. No, I'm looking at Wikipedia because I want to find out who all is a part of the PBC. I'm not looking at Wikipedia to find out networks or nothing like that. I'm looking at the Wikipedia to figure out who is all part of the PBC. Because we know the PBC is the company. We only know about Al Haymon. Who else is a part of that company? So I'm gonna do some research on that. But when people tell me that, these guys are making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And they got all this money. My question is, how do you know? What are you basing that on? I'm looking at Wikipedia to see who the president of the PBC is, who the vice president. I want to put faces to these. I want to put faces to names. I want to put faces to names. Yeah, my co-host Shelton Moore, haven't heard from him. So I don't know how he's doing or not, to be honest with you. But let's okay, forget that. Let's go to their website. Let's go to their website. They don't have it here. They don't have it here. But I'm gonna do some research, do some deep diving. I want to find out who is the PBC. See press right here. Who is the PBC? We know who the hedge fund is. I don't expose that already. We know who the hedge fund is. We know who the white investors is who put the $425 million up. So we know who Al Haymon is beholden to. We know that. It ain't nothing wrong with that. We ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that at all. But what you say? Click on what? List of fighters. Yeah, we did that already, Toon. They got 146 fighters. Well, nah. See, this is old. They got F.A. Jabba on there. F.A. Jabba is not a PBC fighter anymore. He's with Top Rank. So this is not accurate. This is not even accurate. They need to update their website. They need to update their website. F.A. Jabba's not there anymore. But when I added this up, we did this last week. They had 146 fighters. We'll just say 100. We'll just say like 130 something, because some of these fighters are not even with the PBC anymore. I have a list of them. We did this already. So he said, click on fighters. I'm on fighters right now. I'm on fighters right now. What you say? Pop Mill? Poppy Mill? This is their fighters. We did this already. I was going to do a whole presentation on this. F.A. Jabba is a top-ranked fighter, so he's not there anymore. Out of all of these fighters, I don't even care if Jermell Charlo even had a promotional company. He still should be getting paid more upfront money. Guarantee money. But it's a business. It's all based on your drawing power. They did a fight. The fight wasn't a sellout. It was pretty good, but it didn't sell out. And it's not like, Lions Only Promotions. That's just a damn name that's slapped on the damn. It's like this. Yeah, they got Lions on the promotion. Okay, but what the hell does that mean? Because you don't know what percentage of that fight purse they're going to get. What percentage of the gate they're going to get. Because if it's Lions on the promotions, but it's 10 other goddamn companies, because there was other promotional companies attached on it as well. Guess what? You're gonna put your promotional company name on it, but you're only gonna get 10%. Because this promotional company got to get 40 or 50% because they're doing most of the work. You're just there in name only. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what the percentage of that is. So I can only go by, okay, we know he got guaranteed $1 million purse. What he gonna get on the back end is gonna be dependent upon what do the dollar sales add up to from the gate? Are they looking at, merchandise and other stuff? Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, a fighter who's supposed to be a star of that caliber, quote unquote, so they say, should not be getting $1 million. He should be getting more than $1 million guaranteed. That's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. Jermell Charlo is one of my favorite fighters. There's no way in the hell he should be getting a $1 million guarantee. But the PBC, this how they pay their fighters. Low guaranteed money, and you get your money on the back end from pay-per-view sales. So if you don't do good pay-per-view numbers, it's not going to look that good for you. But the good news is this here. By them not paying fighters a high guarantee, low pay-per-view numbers is not bad. That's a success to them because we didn't have to put up a lot of money up front in the first place. You guys get what I'm saying? If I'm paying a fighter $5 million, and then I got to pay another fighter $5 million, so these two fighters can fight each other, I'm out of pocket $10 million. And I got to try to recoup my money from live gate and pay-per-view. If the live gate don't do well and the pay-per-view don't do well, yeah, I might make my money back, but I'm not making the profit the way I felt like I should have made. So promoters and businesses look at it as a success because they say, hey, listen, if I'm paying this guy $5 million, I'm paying this guy $5 million, that's $10 million. I at least want to make 10 or 20 or $30 million. And if they're not making that, then they'll be like Bob Arum, I'm losing money. I lost. He'd be crying like he did with Terrence Crawford. He'll be crying like he did with Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather was with him. He'll be crying like he do. You know what I mean? Yeah, what DJ said? He said Spence told us to pay the model. He said they didn't pay him jack when he first started out, and he shouldn't have got paid nothing when he first started out. Unlike Top Rank, who gives out huge signing bonuses, but your purse will be the same for 10 years no matter what. I mean, I can't say they do that with all fighters. I don't know. But when we saying when Errol Spence first started out, yeah, that's cool. But I'm saying at this level, DJ, there's nothing that you can tell me right now as it relates to Jermell Charlo should be getting paid more money. That's when you first starting out, I get that. But when you are a unified junior welterweight champion, junior middleweight champion of the world, your guaranteed purse should be more than $1 million. That's all I'm saying. And he's not a draw. Jermell Charlo's not a draw. I hate to say it. This is one of my favorite fighters. He's not a draw. He's not a draw. And I hate that. Remember they did the doubleheader last year? As a matter of fact, they did a doubleheader last year. But hold on, let's look at these fighters though. Because I don't want to be jumping all around the board. I did this already. They got 146 fighters. Give or take. Out of all of these fighters, and we did this already. Here it go right here. We did this last week. Out of all of these fighters, for argument's sake, I'm going to give you this. For argument's sake. Because it ain't what you make, it's what you keep. Out of all of these fighters, I got Tank Davis getting paid. He's a star fighter. You agree with that, right? Errol Spence getting paid. He big fish, cap, call Al, Mr. Call Al himself. Deontay Wilder, we already know he big fish over there with PBC. Mikey Garcia, we'll just say that to throw that out there. Keith Thurman, even though he ain't fought since 1979. Adrian Broner, he in rehab right now. Andrew Ruiz, he did terrible numbers against Chris Arreola. His biggest payday was fighting Anthony Joshua. He need to try to get an Anthony Joshua fight again. Because Andrew Ruiz back on the chitlin circuit. The Charlos, those are the star fighters. That's 10. Caleb Eggplant, that's 11. Benavidez, that's 12. Nonito, Donaire, that's 13. Ugas, we'll say he 14. And that's it. So these are their star fighters. Out of all of their star fighters, and for the fans of the PBC, you guys are probably saying, "Oh man, they're making buku money, millions of dollars. They making millions, $20-30 million. You know, it's lovely over there with the PBC." That what you say, huh? See, my thing is, where's the data to back that up? Where's the data to back that up? Now, that's what the Alphabet Boy channel say, of course. They don't bring receipts on the Alphabet Boy channel station, though. They say sources say, what's the name did this and that. Where's the source come from? Oh, the source came from me. They don't show receipts. They don't show receipts. DJ, what you say, fam? You say Sean Porter said 1.5 million was lowballing, even though he made 1.3 to fight Formella. PBC pays guys under the table and on the back end, according. Hell, even AB made more money than what was disclosed. But we don't know what he made. So my problem with that, DJ, is this. We can't assume that back end money means they making all this buku money. Because you hear that a lot on the Alphabet Boy channels, DJ. They say, yeah, you know, they get paid on the back end. What does back end mean? Back end means what? Okay, this what we going to give you up front, but we going to give you something under the table. We don't know they get paid anything under the table. We never heard Al Haymon say that. We never heard Sam Watson say that. Did you see what I'm saying, DJ? So where are we getting this from? Coach Charlo was making about the same as Sugar Ray Robinson made. But the kicker is Sugar Ray Robinson was making that in the 50s. Just to make a point. Yeah, in the 50s, $1 million is a lot of goddamn money, though. And that's my thing. When they say that these fighters, like DJ just going by what he heard, right? That, you know, these fighters get paid money under the table and they get a back end money. We don't know what the dollar amount is. And guess who put that narrative out there? What you say, this what the fighters such as Sean Porter, AB, and Spence told us. Okay, cool. Sean Porter, AB, and Spence. So we know Spence is one of the star fighters over there. Spence getting paid. Forbes had his net worth of being $8 million. So I'm not saying you saying this, but are you saying that he has more money hiding somewhere that the IRS or don't nobody know about? Spence is on the record of having a net worth of $8 million according to Forbes. Crawford has a net worth of $8 million. Because you know it ain't what you make, is what you keep, what you bring home. So these are three fighters. So let me ask you a question. These are three fighters. Errol Spence, Sean Porter has a net worth of $5 million, somewhere up in there, and Adrian Broner. Now they have 146 fighters over here. You name me three fighters. What about Deontay Wilder? So we know he's a top fighter. You see what I'm saying? We know he's a top fighter. We got 146 fighters here that out of 146 fighters, how many of them eating? Joe Strummer, what you say is ghetto economics. Yeah, I don't know what the hell ghetto economics is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think like these narratives, you know, like Sean Porter, you know, Sean Porter might be happy in the PBC. But then Sean Porter has a job as well as a broadcaster. Keith Thurman has a job as a broadcaster as well. Adrian Broner, he's in rehab. He don't mess his money up, allegedly. He getting lawsuits and left and right. And then on top of that, you know, Wilder doing damn good. One thing I will say I like about Wilder, you don't hear that about Deontay Wilder blowing his money, messing his money up. He ain't doing that. You don't see him in no clubs. You don't see him partying. You don't see him doing none of that. He ain't having no alcohol abuse. You don't hear none of that. So Wilder's doing well financially. But my thing is, you got 140-something fighters. The PBC way, how does everybody else feel about it? We told y'all, hold on. That's PBC. This the fighters, hold on. This is a damn good fight here, classic. Let's see what's on their schedule. Who they got next? July 31st. They have Coffee versus Washington. How much money this fight gonna make? Martin versus, as a matter of fact, if you're not, remember I told you guys, listen, it's impossible. It's impossible for Al Haymon to pay all of these fighters a whole bunch of goddamn money. It's impossible. Because if you're not a draw, no one is going to pay to see you come fight. No one is going to pay to see you come fight if you're not a draw. Well, Al Haymon just going to give money away? We just going to give, Anthony Durrell, check this out, dog. I'm going to pay you millions upon millions of dollars, and I'm going to give you some money on the back end because your name Andre Durrell. I'm the black man, and I want to look out for my fighters, my Latino, white, and black fighters. It don't work that way, dog. I know that's what we want to believe, but that's simply not true. It's just simply not true. 3 fighters. DJ brought up 3 fighters. Sean Porter, Errol Spence, and Adrian Broner. Well, now we know Adrian Broner broke. He fucked his money up. He messed money up. We know that. He crying and, you know, going to jail and getting drunk and booed up, getting Tim and Tank, getting each other sugar. We know all this here. Errol Spence, he making some money, he doing good. Wilder is the top dog over there. Ain't nobody making more money than Deontay Wilder. And that's because of the Tyson Fury fights. The 2 Tyson Fury fights, Wilder made some good money. Wilder and Fury. But what about these other fighters? What about Derevyanchenko? Is he doing good? What about Felix Diaz? Is he doing good? What about Anthony Durrell? Is he doing good? What about Andre the Resurrected Durrell? The 2 Durrell brothers. What about Nonito Donaire? What about Robert Easter? What he looking like? Al hooking him up too? What about Chris Eubank Jr.? Well, I don't think Chris Eubank Jr. over there anymore, but he might be. Brandon Figueroa. So you got a bunch of black and Latino fighters over here in the PBC. The Latino fighters probably should do a little bit better because they'll be a draw. Danny Swift Garcia, he made a little change too. I forgot all about Danny Garcia. Put him on there. Put him on that list. So they got about 15 fighters who eating over there. Rest of these dudes ain't doing nothing. Daniel Jacobs, he made his money with Eddie Hearn. So this all I'm saying. This all I'm saying, guys. I mean, they painted Al Haymon to be this savior. That PBC, everybody eating filet mignon and living in mansions with the PBC. It's not true. It's not true. It's simply not true. And where the receipts at to support what you're saying? They don't have no receipts. Coach, if one of the Alphabet Boys' favorite fighters is officially reported to have been paid $2 million, the Alphabet Boys will claim it was officially $2 million, but $15 million on the back end. And they don't have any facts to substantiate that. They just make shit up, pull it out of their ass. How do you know how much he got paid on the back end? What does back end mean? I know what it means, but explain to me what back end means. Oh, when we get all the pay-per-view sales in. Okay, it wasn't a pay-per-view fight, it was a free fight. Okay, when we get the live gate numbers. Well, the venue held 10,000, only 3,000 or 4,000 people showed up. Well, we got to get the merchandise sales. Well, ain't nobody know nothing about the fight, so they ain't buying no merchandise. People come out to see name brand fighters, star fighters. These people ain't making no money like that, man. They ain't making no money like that, bro. Al Haymon can't, listen, he just can't take his investors' money and just take care, he take care of all his fighters. Oh, he taking care of all 146 fighters. So everybody got money like Deontay Wilder over there. Everybody got money like Errol Spence over there. And Errol Spence got a net worth of $8 million. Everybody got money like Keith Thurman over there. Nah. Sergey Lipinets ain't getting paid like Errol Spence. He ain't getting paid like hell. He ain't getting paid like Adrian Broner's getting paid. What you say, Joe? Coach, they lying. PBC don't own a satellite. They take 50% off top. Con Shonery says, I'll take their money anytime. Yeah, you got to take them punches too. Hey, the money come with punches. The money come with training. The money come with trying to make weight. You got to take that too, Con. Got to take them punches. Got to take that. You got to pay your trainer. You got to pay your manager. Hell, Al Haymon, he ain't giving out money for free. Al got to get his cut. You fighting on the network. Network got to get their cut. And we can't forget about the IRS. The IRS going to take 40% of that off the RZIP. Con Shiner, you're right. Then there's the IRS. No, the IRS is off top. He made such and such. Oh yeah. They can you can easily dismiss their lies by looking at the gate numbers and people and pay-per-view numbers. None of these promoters pay out of their own pocket at a loss. Exactly. And if it's a loss, like you said, Arsenal Manning, if it's a loss, then guess what? He gonna get 60% off the gate. Yeah, but if the network lost money, if Al Haymon lost money, guess what? You're getting 60% of nothing. You get 60% only if they make a profit. They're not just gonna say, yeah, dog, we just gonna be getting you 60% on top of all this other stuff on the back end. Bullshit. It don't work that way. If these people have not made a profit, listen, this is not the streets. Hell, this ain't even the streets. But they know people don't know basic economics. Basic economics go like this. If I put $1 into something, and if I make 30 cents on that dollar, and if I was expecting to make $2, and I give you a guarantee of 20 cents, and I say, I'm gonna give you the rest on the back end, but I put $1 in it, and I'm looking to make $2. If I don't make what I'm expecting to make, you don't get nothing on the back end. Because there's no back end money to give. There's nothing there. They'll probably see a return on investment with an Errol Spence because he's fought Danny Garcia. He's fought Sean Porter. He's fought Kell Brook. So he's doing well. That's one fighter, though. Wilder is doing okay on the strength of Tyson Fury. His biggest payday has been against Tyson Fury. And vice versa. Tyson Fury's biggest payday has been against Wilder. So that's different. Now, they pay out a whole lot of money and don't get that in return, then they lose money on Wilder. But the way they do it, they don't do it. The way they do their stuff over there, they don't. I don't think they necessarily lose a lot of money with Wilder. So when you say, yeah, man, they're gonna get a lot on the back end, we're assuming that there's gonna be some money there for them to get money on. What if the back end numbers don't look good? They don't get paid nothing. These people are not dumb. They're not in the business of just paying out money to be just paying out money. It sounds good. The narrative sounds good. The narrative does sound good. I'm not going to lie, guys. It sounds real good. But boy, guess what? You got 146 fighters over there. Jermell Love. He can't get shit. I'm just saying, like, you got who the stars of the PBC? We're going to say Tank a star. We're going to say Errol Spence a star. Deontay Wilder's a star. And who else? Who else? Shout out to KD Doctor for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. he said always.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I always think it's hilarious how some want us to believe the majority of 100 plus fighters are millionaires and have mansions. Shout out to Al Haymon. Bruh, and these channels push this narrative. It's simply not true. It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible. But this is what they push out there. Hell, Canelo Alvarez, he got his net worth more than everybody on the PBC combined together. Joe Strummer, what you say? Coach, Al Haymon is a pimp, basically. I don't want necessarily say he's a pimp, but he ain't no goddamn angel. Al Haymon ain't no damn fool, though. He went to Harvard. He know that, I mean, like, these channels make it seem like, Al Haymon just, everybody in mansions and getting paid big money. Tobertine said, Bob keeps giving Crawford peanuts. No, Crawford getting paid, guaranteed $4 million plus per fight. Them ain't peanuts last time I checked. Now, he might be losing money on the back end with Crawford, but Crawford getting paid a guaranteed over $4 million a fight. That's some damn good money. So from a business standpoint, Crawford made the right move. From a business standpoint, from a legacy getting the fight standpoint, some will argue that he did make the right move. But it is what it is. But I take $4 million, $4.5 million per fight over $1 million per fight, and then my back end ain't doing too good. I take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Tobertine say $4 million for being best pound for pound. Pound for pound is subjective. You know that. It's better than 1 million. I tell you that. It's better than 1 million. It's better than $1 million because this shit over here in the PBC ain't looking too good. This shit ain't looking too good. And Eddie Hearn paying fighters crazy. You ain't lying, coach, on that, coach. Hell no. I'll take $4.5 million a fight any day. And if that's peanuts, so be it. Crawford don't sell. He hasn't been marketed right. So $4.5 million versus someone on the PBC who ain't getting paid shit. You know what I mean? I take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Literally. But these dudes ain't getting no money, man. You show me 3-4 fighters with the PBC, Tank, Errol, Deontay Wilder. I give you Sean Porter to make you happy. I give you Keith Thurman to make you happy. I give you Adrian Broner to make you happy. I give you the Charlo twins to make you happy. That's 10. Hell, I even give you Caleb Eggplant if you want to be happy. And if you want to get Benavidez, I give you Benavidez too. You want to get Nonito Donaire to give you that? Give you Ugas. Hell, I even give you and that's it. That's it. What you say? Benavidez already said he might leave soon. He knows his worth. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Everybody ain't happy with the same guy. And Al Haymon is a business. Listen, man, he can't. Remember, guys, remember. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let's do this. Remember something, guys. This is the company. Remember something, guys. This is the company, Waddell and Reed, who are the financial backers of PBC. Rob, you say, Coach, are you going to run 3 miles a day? Yes. As soon as this live is over with, we're going to shut this live down in a few minutes. About 10, 15 more minutes, and we're going to shut it down. I'm going to go run it. When they say Al pays fighters under the table money, what the hell does under the table money means? And if you know he pay him under the table money, then guess what? It ain't under the table. Under the table mean it's secret. Don't nobody know about it. How do you know about it? I hear this a lot. I'll give him under the table money. How you know? Did Al Haymon tell anybody that? It all come from the alphabet boys. That's where this shit come from. There are many ways they can monetize a fight. There's the gate, correct. Merchandise, correct. And it gets lucrative if it's pay-per-view, correct. Many ways to monetize a fight. But if the gate is sorry, if the merchandise ain't selling good, and if the pay-per-view is lucrative, then guess what? That fighter who's expecting to benefit off of all of this ain't gonna see none of this. Because the name of the game is to recoup in business. This guy says, Coach, how do you know these white folks run PBC? I didn't say, oh, you know what? How do I know? Woo! Should I show them, guys? Okay. Should I show them the receipts? Well, let me ask you a question. No, you know what? I ain't got to go through all that. Easy Dimes. Do you know who this company is? Do you know who Waddell and Reed is? No, I'll tell you what. Easy Dimes. Do you know what a hedge fund is? Because I don't want to waste my time. No, you say you're serious. I know you're serious, and I'm serious too. Sir, do you know what a hedge fund is? I'm asking you a serious question. Do you know what a hedge fund is? That's one. Number two, do you know how, okay, he don't know what a hedge fund is. All right, my brother, let me help you out. Let's go to PBC. Let's do this. I'm going to do this right quick, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. Premier Boxing Champions. Let's go here. The PBC, sir. I'm gonna tell you what a hedge fund is, though. The PBC was initially promoted as an effort to return boxing to the mainstream broadcast media and cable television, as opposed to premium channels and pay-per-view. Right? So we're gonna go on and on and on. I'm gonna go down a little bit. The PBC was started in 2015. My brother. I want to make sure I get your name right because I don't want to. Easy Dimes. Put you right here on the wall of fame. The PBC was started in 2015. Let's see, can we find it? Because I did a whole presentation on this last week. The PBC was funded by a hedge fund, a company by the name of Waddell and Reed. I could pull a video up where I did a whole presentation on this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link on you. I'm going to drop the link on you. Where's Waddell and Reed over here? Waddell and Reed put up $425 million. They are the financial backers of the PBC. This is how the PBC got started. These are the financial backers, Waddell and Reed. But as a matter of fact, I don't think I found it here. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Let's do this. Hold on, brother. I'm gonna break it down for you right quick. I gotta break it down for the brother right quick because he said he don't know. Let's see what we got. Waddell and Reed, where you at, boy? Waddell and Reed, where you at? Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on, guys. Hold on. I think this it right here. I think this it right here. Hold on. We're going to find them. Oh, this went to the PBC website. This went to their website. Hold on. As a matter of fact, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. So Waddell and Reed, my brother, was the company that financed the PBC. The PBC got started. With the backing of Waddell and Reed. They don't run the PBC, but they are the financial financiers of the PBC. This is where Al Haymon got the money from. The financial, they got the financials. And as a matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do for you, brother. I'm gonna go a step further than that. For you. I'm gonna drop the video for you. Because I broke it down for you. This video is called, let's look at my videos. This video is called Canelo Alvarez does not bow down to no one. Here go the video, brother, right here. This the video, brother, right here. The title of this video is called Canelo. Hold on, fam. I got you, brother. Hold on. The name of this video, brother, is called Canelo doesn't bow down to anyone. In this video, I do a whole presentation on the financial backers of the PBC. I do a whole presentation on where and how did the PBC get started and who were the financial backers of the PBC. $425 million was put together in a hedge fund for the PBC. Al Haymon went to these guys. These are his investors. And I was dispelling the myth that was being put out there that we got to support the PBC because the PBC, Al Haymon, this is the pro-black company. Al Haymon never said he was pro-black, but this is what the Alphabet Boy channels were pushing. Come to find out, that wasn't the case. And there's nothing wrong with that. Getting money from finance, getting money from having white financial backers. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I was dispelling the myth that this is what the situation is. Because there's a lot of disinformation out there about Al Haymon coming from certain channels. And this is just basically talking about Waddell, this is it, Waddell Investment Group. And this is what they were saying years ago, that they've been losing money invested in the PBC. I don't know if they've been recouping their money since, but this is what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with race, but they try to make stuff, with those Alphabet Boy channels, everything is about race. White man evil, white man evil, he bad, he this, he that, he this, he that. Okay, well, apparently Al Haymon don't feel that way. But please click on that link right there. Canelo doesn't bow down to anyone. That's on my channel. If you click that link, it's a 2-hour massacre.
A phone plan by Google.
Hold on, guys. I'm finna tell you right now, brother. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I gotta do it to him. You want me to do it to him? Do you want me to do it to him? Let's go ahead and show my brother a little something right here. Here we go. 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 Here we go, brother. Do this for my good brother. What's my brother's name? Do this for my good brother. Let's do this for my good brother. So where am I going at with this? So this is Mr. Philip Saunders, guys. Remember when we went here? It says that the CEO of Waddle and Reed. Who is Waddle and Reed for those who don't know who Waddle and Reed is? They say Al Haymon, the reclusive manager of Floyd Mayweather Jr., has aggressively been buying TV time and to telecast fight cards as part of a daring strategy to revive the sport of boxing by tapping into a new, younger audience. So this was his motivation for starting the PBC. That's what they say. So far, judging from the California and Nevada Athletic Commission's records, TV ratings, advertising sales, and fight industry figures, the early financial returns suggest Al Haymon's business model is not working. For all those who don't know what not working means, that means that it used to work, but it's not working anymore, and you got to fix it to find out what's wrong so that you can use it. But it's from 2016. That's from 2016. Let's get to work though. Waddell and Reed is the company that's backing. You say turn up the volume a little bit. Yeah, I do that. Now, who knows? But that would explain why a lot of these fighters can't get fights. Because Al Haymon would have to buy a bunch of TV time and with Fox or with the corporation or with Showtime in order to get these fights on. And guess what? If the fights are not profitable, it doesn't make sense to buy TV time for a Sean Porter to fight his scrub when Sean Porter can't draw flies to shit. So basically, what happens is Al Haymon got money from a hedge fund, and the reason why these fighters are able to get fights is Al Haymon has to buy TV time in order to display his talent. Now, if there's no demand for these fighters, he can put them on TV all day, but if no one wants to pay money to see them, or if they're not promoted right, the fight it's not going to be a good turnout. It's like throwing a concert. Al Haymon comes from the music industry. It's like throwing a concert and nobody knows who this particular artist is. And you say, I'm going to throw a concert at the Sundome, or I'm going to throw a concert at the Barclays Center in New York, and I'm going to put this artist on. Don't nobody know who he is, and we're going to sell it. And guess what? If don't nobody know who he is, ain't nobody going to buy it. Waddell and Reed is the company. That's the financial backers. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm dispelling a narrative that's being pushed. $5 million. Now, guess what? Oh, I'm not finished. Let's see what they look like. Oh, Wakanda forever. Mr. Philip J. Saunders is the Chief Executive Officer. He is the CEO. Says right here, CEO of Waddell and Reed, Philip J. Saunders, right? Guess what? Al Haymon got some connections, boy. You say you're pro-black, right? These white investors are the real owners of the PBC. What they say goes. Why? Because they got the money. What do I tell you guys? I say these fighters with the PBC, they are not their own bosses. When they say call Al, big Fizz, cap, big Fizz. When they say call Al, the reason why they got to call Al because Al is the one that has the purse. Al is the one that's responsible for what? Buying fight time on different networks so that he can showcase his fights. Where does he get the money from? He get it from Mr. Philip J. Sanders. Let's look at the other ones. He look white to me. I don't see Wakanda here. So Alphabet Boys, guess what? Al Haymon is not this pro-black Wakanda forever guy that you've been paying. You niggas has been lying. Mr. Philip Saunders is the CEO of Waddell and Reed, who is what? So, this is what I've been saying, guys. This is what I've been saying. The receipts show that the PBC financial backers is Mr. Waddell and Reed. The CEO of Waddell and Reed is Mr. Philip J. Sanders. Guess who controls the money of any company? The CFO. The CFO is the controller of any corporation, the most important person in a corporation. The guy who handles the money is the CFO. Let's look and see who the CFO is. It's a hedge fund company that invested the money in the PBC in order to help this company get off the ground. Guess what, guys? They want to see a return on investment. Let's keep going. They want to see a return on investment. You know how you get a return on investment? You got to have the best fighters fighting the best fighters. You don't get a return on investment having an A-class fighter fighting C-class fighter. Do you want to know why? Because the fans will not pay for it. If the fans will not pay for it, then the company loses money. If the company loses money, then guess what? These white investors are going to be very upset with Al Haymon. Why are they going to be upset with Al Haymon? Because they're not going to see a return on their investment. And this guy right here, let me tell you something about this guy. Now, again, this is not me banging on Al Haymon at all. I'm just trying to get rid of the narrative that, you know, Al Haymon is Hewitt P. Newton, hate white people. We pro-black. We got to support black companies. No, Al Haymon doesn't feel that way. You guys do not speak for Al Haymon. These Alphabet Boy channels, you cannot speak for Al Haymon. They try to fit your narrative. It doesn't work that way. I broke this down Friday, I think. Friday or Thursday, somewhere up in there. Broke it down real good. Thursday or Wednesday, somewhere up in there. One of my best videos. And let's look at Mr. Waddell. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Because we're gonna come back and visit this video one day. We're gonna come back and visit this video one day. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. Because it goes against the narrative. This guy right here, Chief Financial Officer. You see this guy right here, Mr. Benjamin R. Klaus? He is the most important person on this company outside of this guy. Do you want to know why? He is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Ben Klaus is Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of Waddell and Reed. He oversees accounting, data analytics, financial planning and analysis, investment relations, mutual fund accounting, procurement, strategic acquisitions, tax, and treasury. This guy is the most important person on this goddamn company. This guy is the most important person on this company. Your CFO is your guy. They invested $425 million into Al Haymon's company, the PBC. These are the men who Al Haymon have to answer to. This guy, primarily. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white men and one, Amy, I don't know, she might be white, woman on here. So I said you can't be Wakanda forever if these are your financial backers. Now, again, shout out to Mr. Al Haymon. Al Haymon did not say he was Huey P. Newton. He did not say he was the pro-black Wakanda forever. This is the stuff that the Alphabet Boys were spitting when they said we got to support the PBC because the PBC is pro-black and we got to support the brother man. And you say that Bob Arum is the white devil, he evil, and Eddie Hearn is the white devil, he evil. Okay, but Al Haymon is partnered up with these guys. Last time I checked, they was white. Last time I checked. So I'm just dispelling the lies, that's all. But yeah, brother, please go, I dropped that link on there for you, Broham. Drop that link on there for you. I didn't mean to go all the way in on this here. So when I say that white investors pretty much run the PBC because they are the financial backers. If you don't know anything about business, the guys who put the money up, listen, that's just like this here, New Media Today USA Boxing. If I have some sponsors or a company that says, hey, listen, man, we want to invest in your company and take your podcast to heavenly heights. We're going to give you $100,000, $200,000 to take your podcast to the next level. But we want to see a return of our investment. And this is why and it has to make sense to the CFO because the CFO is going to be the one, this guy right here. The CFO is going to be the one that's going to make this decision. That's going to tell this guy, yeah, we can go ahead and do this. Guess what, guys? I am beholden to my investors. I can't be talking about F you white folks, this Wakanda forever, black power. I can't be talking about that. These people investing money in my company. They want to see a return on investment and the paperwork that they're more than likely that I would have to sign in order to secure these funds. I'm going to be beholden to these guys. Oh, what you say, Arsenal Maniac? You say the brother has fled? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't say the CFO controls the investors. What I'm saying is the CFO is the one that controls the purse. He the one that look at the analytics and all the other stuff to see would this be a safe investment or not. This is a very important guy. I didn't say he control the investors. If I said that, I apologize. But the CFO is by far the most important guy in the corporation. Because look at his responsibility. He oversees accounting, data analytics, financial planning and analysis, investor relations, mutual fund accounting, procurement, strategic acquisitions, tax and treasury. This guy is very important. In any company, the CFO by far is that guy. By far, he's that guy, the CFO. By far. But anyways, I say all that to say this. Waddell and Reed are the financial backers, the hedge fund that's financially invested into the PBC. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't tell me that white people are bad. We hate white people. We Wakanda forever. We got to stick with blacks. When Al Haymon doesn't feel that way. Stop speaking for Al Haymon. Hell, Al Haymon don't even speak for his goddamn self. He don't even say nothing. So I get the narrative. We have to push the narrative. I get that. I get the narrative. We have to push the narrative, but the narrative is a lie. So other than that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. So let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hi There. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Arsenal Manic. Shout out to Easy Dimes. What's going on, fam? He said, Ben, I'm going to check it out. Yeah, you need to check that out. Shout out to Con Shonery. Yeah, Sean, you're right. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Wole. Shout out to my brother Halim in the building. Shout out to Coach Askey. Shout out to Lady Shan. Shout out to Joe Strummer. Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. Shout out to Fred. Please don't forget to go to Fred's YouTube channel. Not YouTube channel. Go to his website. I'll put that down again if you want to buy the movie. That video, I'm telling you, man, that video breaks it down. I give a damn good presentation on this. Shout out to Aquarius Brown. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Joe Strummer. Shout out to Tony Boswell. What's good, fam? Shout out to KD Doctor 77989. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Let's get it together, man. Shout out to Boxing Retro and Documentaries. Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy. He say Glam Squad. Hey, Diallo say Glam Squad. Hey, man, we go back up off the Glam Squad, man. Shout out to Pope Mail. Wakanda forever, huh? And another thing, guys, there's always going to be some very powerful, I don't know how it is around the world, but in America, there's always going to be some very powerful white men backing these so-called pro-black companies. They ain't gonna tell you that, but it's true. Because when you pull back the curtain, it ain't what the narrative that they paint. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's just, when you guys, not you guys, but when they go to talking about hate whitey and pro-black and we got to stick together and do this and do that. Yeah, it just ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. And you're doing a misrepresentation of who Al Haymon really is. Because Al Haymon is not this guy, this militant, pro-black, hate white people guy that you guys are. Or you guys trying to make him out to be. That's not him. He had to go to the white folks in order to get the money that he needed at the end of the day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Bon Scott. Bon Scott say, Coach, they are black dudes that have whitened up. Oh my God. Oh man. Shout out to Peter Barnhart, man. Yeah, they're a company out of Delaware. Waddell and Reed. Shout out to Self. Shout out to Double A to Sagittarius. Shout out to Dimitar. Shout out to Lavelle. Shout out to everybody else in the chat. Oh, and shout out to Waddell and Reed. Philip Sanders, the CEO. Shout out. Thank you for investing that money into the PBC. We wouldn't have a PBC if it wasn't for those guys. We wouldn't have a PBC if it wasn't for these financial backers. I think it's 9 of them. Well, it was 9 in the company. Hedge fund. They did good. So other than that, man, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams. We will be on tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know how we do it. Went a little bit over today, but I think it was worth it. Other than that, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out once again. And we're going to give everybody a round of applause. New meeting today, USA Boxing, Coach Malachi Williams. Please don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, reporting live from Miami, Florida. Don't forget to support Fred at, what's his stuff is? Let me see. Want to plug him right quick. Let's plug him right quick. 9 Wives. He got a movie out coming out called 9 Wives. You guys can check him out. Check the movie out. 9 Wives. www.thebarbershopconversations.com. If you're interested in buying the movie, you can go there. Other than that, this is our boy Coach Malachi Williams, representing for New Media Today USA Boxing. Signing out once again. And you know how we do it, guys. You know how we do it. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.